Let's go. It's a Sunday morning, a beautiful day, and there's a lot going on right now. The one thing that I am really positive about is there are no Democrats coming to the defense of the Clintons. No Democrats are coming out and saying, Bill's all right. No one. And to me, that tells me that they are throwing the Clintons to the wolves. They are being, to use a reference for the island, they're being sacrificed. They are being given away. They're being dunked on. They're being dumped. Whatever you want to call it. They are back in the trash heap because the Democrat Party works as a collective. Whether they're right, whether they're wrong, Democrats always stick together. No one's ever come out and really condemned John Edwards. Do you remember that scumbag? No one's ever come out and like took a crap on Al Gore. He has embezzled billions because it got cold one day. No one. And when people don't come out, when Democrats do not come out and defend one of their own, things are going to get a little Western. Larry, thank you for becoming a member. I always try to get 10 new members on the channel every live stream. Larry, you're the first one. Let me crack it off for Larry.
Who is it?
It's me, Dave. Open up, man. I got the stuff.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here, but Dave's got the stuff. Thank you so much, Larry. I appreciate you. And Bruce Wayne, 21 months. Thank you for sticking around. Batman is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the chat. I see a poll in the chat right now. Are the Clintons involved with the island? 96% of you say yes. 0% of you say no. 4% say you don't care. 4% don't care. Okay. 1% just changed their vote to say no. Great. We got one troll. Thank you so much. I love it when the trolls come here to watch. It makes my heart happy because they typically would be watching some probably like kiddie stuff is my guess. But I want you to, this clip is so telling.
The Democratic Party that once protected Bill Clinton after his affair with Monica Lewinsky is throwing him to the wolves, specifically the wolves of the House Oversight Committee. 30 years ago, Hillary Clinton sat next to her husband on 60 Minutes fighting for their political future. Now Hillary Clinton will sit next to her husband and fight for their legacy. The Clintons will testify as part of the House Oversight Committee's investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein helped the Clinton Global Foundation, took the former president on his private jet. In return, Bill Clinton provided him endless legitimacy. And there are some pretty salacious photos of Clinton that came out in the Epstein files. But Hillary Clinton isn't backing down. Today, she threw down a challenge to House Republicans and demanded an on-camera deposition, writing, quote, "For 6 months, we engaged Republicans on the Oversight Committee in good faith. We told them what we know under oath. They ignored all of it. They moved the goalposts and turned accountability into a distraction. So let's stop the games. If you want this fight, Rep. James Comer, let's have it in public. You love to talk about transparency. There's nothing more transparent than a public hearing. Cameras on, will be there." Speaking of Congressman Comer, he tells a different story.
The Clintons keep moving the goalposts. In her tweet against me, she was completely dishonest in what she says. We've been negotiating with her attorneys for 6 months now, and they are the ones that move the goalposts. So either Hillary Clinton's being lied to by her attorney, or Hillary Clinton just lied. I don't know why she's trying to say something other than she's trying.
Hillary Clinton would never lie. She would never lie. This guy is crazy. Both of them are. There is no way that they would ever lie. Now, I want to point out something that I was just about to mention. Sonny, you took the words right out of my mouth. Bill Clinton can't plead the fifth or he loses presidential
immunity. He has to testify.
If Bill pleads the fifth, he loses the immunity from the office of the presidency. I love it. Gosh, this is something glorious to wake up for.
To muddy the water, it will be public.
Now, I have no idea who to bet on in the hearing other than the TV ratings. It will be must-see TV, as they used to say when I was growing up. There's going to be young, aggressive Republicans, as you could see, all trying to raise money with their clips on social media. And then there's going to be the battle-hardened Clintons. Imagine how alone, though, they will feel, abandoned by the Democrats who used to protect them. It's funny how that works, isn't it? For decades, women protected the philanderer in chief and shamed his victims. Democrats.
Where are all the Clinton victims? Where are they? Why didn't they get any level of attention? Why did everyone disregard Juanita Broderick? Right? Why did they do that? Why did Juanita Broderick just get called horrible, vile names? Huh?
Didn't mind Hillary Clinton's bare-knuckle tactics against the women accusing her husband. Now that Bill Clinton is a has-been, and Democrats abandon him on the field of battle. So why is Winston Churchill there? Well, Churchill once said that nations have no permanent allies, only permanent interests. That is very true of politicians here in Washington. A politician's permanent interest is always themselves.
That is so true. I got to sit in Winston Churchill's chair. I got to sit in his chair and have a cigar in Uxbridge. There's a little thing underneath a runway where all that occurred. But tell me why that this is happening now. Now, this happened in the White House just a couple of days ago. President Donald Trump, greatest president of my lifetime, is going to take some questions here, and listen to this.
Position dates to testify before the House Oversight Committee. Any reaction to that related to the Epstein?
I think it's a shame, to be honest. I always liked him. Her, yeah. She's a very capable woman. She was better in debating than some of the other people, I will tell you that. She was smart woman. I hate to see it in many ways. I hate to see it. But, then I look at me. They went after me like, they wanted me to go to jail for the rest of my life. Then it turned out I was innocent, very innocent. I had a friend that said, a very smart friend. He's a very wealthy man, knows the life, streetwise guy. He said, you have to be the most honest person anywhere in the world because there's never been anybody who's been examined up and down. I have hundreds of thousands of pages of documents, millions of pages. With all of that, they found absolutely nothing wrong. Remember, his tax returns, they fought for years and years. And then the Supreme Court, I was surprised, they ruled I had to give my tax returns. I'm the only one that had to ever do that. But I had to give my tax returns. I gave my tax returns.
Trump is so right. If the Clintons would have ever been investigated, probed, and I know that's disgusting, the first thing I think of is I'm going to start saying a prayer for Hillary Clinton's gynecologist and Maxine Waters' gynecologist and Nancy Pelosi's gynecologist and Bill Clinton's proctologist. I'm going to say a prayer for those people because they've been through hell. They have been through living hell. But it's all coming together. All of this is happening right now. And someone brought up something yesterday in the group text, in the Discord server. If you become a member on the channel, you get access to a Discord server. And some of the best conversations have happened in that Discord server. And one of them was to do with this Virginia Guthrie. I almost said Guthrie. It's weird how Guthrie and Guthrie sound familiar, isn't it? Virginia Guthrie, she was one of the victims. Guthrie, name sounds real familiar. But I started looking at some of this stuff, and it seems like we are all falling into, I'll just say it, some level of a distraction. Savannah Guthrie's eerily echoed exact Silence of the Lambs plea in a video. Did anybody have that on their bingo card? Did you see this? The mom's missing. They're offering $2,500. 2,500 simoleons. My dog Fred got attacked by coyotes a couple of years ago, about 7 years ago. It cost me $4,000 to save his life. Listen to this.
She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
Catherine is very gentle and kind. Talk to her and you'll see.
Is that weird? Did they write the ransom note after watching Silence of the Lambs? The girl gets snatched. You know, he was going to make like a coat. Huh. Oh, it's $50,000 now. Yeah, because the FBI is putting up the money. Yeah. The original family put up $2,500. It's a family member if they're only offering. Oh, Jerry. Okay, Jerry's calling it right as we see it. The feds gave the 50,000. Let's do a little poll in the chat. The chat is always right. Is the family involved in the missing woman? I don't know. I haven't been watching it very much because it kind of, I think it's been a major distraction. But with all distractions come some real, I don't know, questions. Let's just say that.
And here now is Paul Moore, retired NYPD inspector, Fox News contributor. Paul, I want to play the video released by the Guthrie family again for those who may have missed it. Let's watch.
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
What is your reaction to that latest video?
Yeah, look, I'm just seeing it like everybody else. I just read it. So let's look at it very closely, the way Ted Williams did. I think where it gets most troubling is when you go near the end. So let me just tease it out similar to the way Ted just did. We received your message and we understand. That feels to me like there's something new. And one of the things we've all been talking about is, have they established a protocol to speak to each other? This sounds like.
Apparently they're responding to ransom notes on their own. Man, we got 3,000 people in the chat. Let me go ahead and do a boom shakalaka. We never get 3,000 people in the chat on a Sunday morning.
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka. How many of you think this is a news misdirection? Thank you. That's a tough one to say this morning. News misdirection. I kind of think it is. I kind of think this is a news misdirection. I'll tell you who doesn't care. Look at this. Arizona Sheriff Chris Nanos. First thing I thought of was Nanu. Mork from Mork. Mork calling Orson. Come in, Orson. Hello, Dave. The sheriff of this whole investigation went to a damn college basketball game. He doesn't give a crap.
He's also confirming blood found on the porch was Nancy's. The sheriff tells us investigators do not have the doorbell security camera from Nancy Guthrie's house and have not been able to access any surveillance footage from the home.
What gives you hope that Nancy is still out there?
Wow. You have to have hope. You have to have hope.
Are those fake tears? He's like, you got to have hope. Hey, babe, let's go to the basketball game. Look at this. Is this fake as I really got to stop swearing? We're going to be on Spotify and iHeartRadio podcast. I have to stop swearing. He does look like Leslie Nielsen. He does look like Leslie Nielsen. Is this fake? The sheriff is fake crying.
What gives you hope that Nancy is still out there?
Wow. You have to have hope. You have to have hope. You can't. Come on. This is somebody's mom. We're going to find her.
You got to have hope, right? Who sang the song, You Got to Have Faith, Faith, Faith? Who sang that song? But he had so much hope that he goes to a damn basketball game. Look at this. Here we go. He's at the University of Arizona basketball. They're ranked number 1. You're number 1, middle finger. I can't believe he went to a basketball game. I think, oh man, I think it's, now I want to say this. I think she has 6 fingers on her right hand. Look at the hand. I wish I could, I don't know if I can zoom in on this. Yeah, here we go. I think she has 6 fingers. Look, you got a thumb, finger, 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 finger. Does she have 6 fingers? No, the sleeve here with the black hand looks like, does she have 6 fingers? Is this near Area 51? How close is this to Area 51? Does she have 6 fingers? I don't know. But whoa, that one caught me off guard. I want to do this. Let's do this. Does she have 6 fingers? I think it looks like 6 fingers to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She could give you the double bird with one hand. Somebody says the 6th finger is the sister's. Okay. They're all holding hands. All right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm blind here. Maybe I'm blind. I don't know. I hope I'm blind. But the sheriff went to a basketball game. I think it's pretty strange that the sheriff would go to a basketball game. Anybody else think it's weird? All right. I thought the conspiracy theory with the 6 fingers would be kind of interesting, right? Aliens, right? Sister did a lot of blinking. Why are they holding hands like an Asian summit? Well, they're trying to remain strong and faithful, right? Strong and faithful. But I mean, apparently they've released the ransom demand. I think it's like 6 million in Bitcoin is what they want, right? Let's go here.
The letter begins by saying she is safe but scared. And they go on to say she knows exactly what the demand is.
New shocking details have been revealed about the purported Nancy Guthrie ransom note by TMZ boss Harvey Levin, which was sent to the outlet 2 days after Savannah Guthrie's mom was reported missing. Levin told Fox News' Sean Hannity that the note highlighted insider details about her suspected abduction, including information about her Apple Watch and a damaged floodlight at her $1 million home. Days earlier,
this is all, I don't know. This just seems all like some crazy psyop is what it seems like to me. And suddenly the news media is once again controlling the narrative. Meanwhile, things like this are happening behind the scenes while we don't know. This is all happening behind the scenes.
City Mayor Zohran Mamdani is doubling down on his sanctuary city policies. The Democratic Socialist executive orders now limit when ICE agents can go into the city operated spaces like schools, shelters, and hospitals. Our CB Cotton is live in New York to break all of this down for us. So what does this all mean?
Hey, Aisha, yeah, for the second time in less than 2 weeks, New York leaders are positioning themselves against immigration enforcement. As you mentioned, this time it's New York City's Democratic Socialist Mayor Zohran Mamdani signing an executive order to reiterate the Big Apple's sanctuary policies, which require ICE agents to have a judicial warrant before entering a city property such as a school, shelter, or hospital. Mamdani's executive order also requires city agencies to review their own internal policies.
I don't think a city's laws or executive orders can supersede federal. Is that true? If there's anybody in the chat that knows that, let me know about that. Can city executive order signed by a mayor supersede federal law?
Policies to ensure compliance with sanctuary law. When announcing his directive yesterday, the mayor slammed ICE as a, quote, rogue agency, and he accused ICE agents of this.
Masked agents paid by our own tax dollars violate the Constitution and visit terror upon our neighbors. They arrive as if atop a pale horse, and they leave a path of wreckage in their wake.
So DHS responded, slamming Mayor Mamdani in a statement and accusing him of, quote, turning New York City into a shield for violent criminal illegal aliens to reoffend and create more innocent victims, end quote. The agency says there are more than 7,000 non-citizens with active ICE detainers who are currently in custody of a jurisdiction within New York State. According to DHS, these people have criminal records that include homicide, assault, and sexual predatory offenses. Mamdani's executive order upholding sanctuary city laws comes just a week after Governor Kathy Hochul announced a policy proposal that would bar local police across the state from working with ICE.
Something doesn't seem right here. When local police are being barred by the mayor, by the governor, Kathy Hochul. Is it Kathy? Yeah, Kathy Hochul. Something doesn't seem right when the state does not want to get rid of illegal aliens. Something doesn't seem right when the city doesn't want to get rid of illegal aliens. It just seems weird. And it really kind of explains who the city is working for, who the governor is working for, basically who they care the most about. That's kind of, it really, it's just scary that they don't care about the residents. They don't care about the people that actually live there and pay taxes. They care more about the people that come in and are parasites. I'm going to use that word. They are parasites. Zohran's an immigrant. I believe his mom was a citizen. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I haven't done a deep dive on Zohran Mamdani because I think he's a criminal. I don't like the Zohran. Okay. I didn't vote for the Zohran. I don't live in New York. But I don't care for him. And I'm sure there's a lot of people in the chat that don't care for the Zohran. Some of you might. Some of you might have voted for him. Let's go here. Can New York City laws supersede federal law? 96% of you say no. I'm going to take that to the bank. I'm going to say no. Okay. I'm going to go with no, it can't supersede federal law. So how is this happening? How is it occurring that they're allowing this to happen? At what point do they just go in and say to hell with federal or liberal judges? Do they say to hell with the mayor? At what point do they just defy these criminals? I don't know. I really don't know when it happens. I think it's going to happen. Let's go here. There's something cooking here, and I'm not sure about you, but I'm looking forward to this. I am hoping. Well, we'll do a poll after this.
It is Friday, and that means it's time for Friday Follies. And for that, we turn to Fox News contributor Raymond Arroyo. Oh boy, Raymond, President Trump spoke at the National Prayer Breakfast the other day, I saw.
Laura, it was prayers with a side of scrambled humor, Trump style.
The last time I came, I got in at 4 a.m. They said, "Sir, you're going to be speaking at 7." I said, "Really? Oh, that's wonderful." I said, "Where?" "National Prayer Breakfast." I said, "I'll be there. I'm afraid not to be. I need all the help I can get." You know, Mike Johnson's a very religious person. He'll say to me sometimes at lunch, "Sir, may we pray?" I say, "Excuse me? We're having lunch." You know, it's okay with me. I said, "I won't qualify. I'm not going to make it to heaven." And the New York Times did a front page story that Donald Trump is questioning his life and the meaning of his life. No, I was just having fun. I really think I probably should make it. I mean, I'm not a perfect candidate, but I did a hell of a lot of good for perfect people. That's for sure.
He's never going to do the traditional thing. Never.
Yeah, but you know, here's what's endearing about that. First of all, religious folks and faith-filled audiences love the president for this reason, not because he's a religious man or an observant man. He's obviously not, and he doesn't have any qualms about expressing that. What he does demonstrate in his policies, though, is that he deeply respects those with deeply held religious beliefs, and through his Justice Department and his policies and the commissions he's appointed, he really defends that religious expression.
Have you ever seen a Democrat go to a prayer breakfast? You ever seen that? Now, here's where it gets interesting.
Kamala Harris is trying to rebrand herself, Laura, as the Mamala of Gen Z. Well, in any event, she's renaming her media handles.
So Kamala HQ is turning into headquarters, and it's where you can go online to get basically the latest of what's going on, and also to meet and revisit with some of our great, courageous leaders.
This is about as interesting to Gen Zers, Laura, as a Lawrence Welk reunion. I mean, even
Kamala's back. Kamala is coming back. And I want all of you to remember what she said about voter ID. Because right now, voter ID is very important. The SAVE Act. There's a lot of people in the chat that are very much for the SAVE Act. I think it's the way we literally save America. I think it might be our only...
Or photocopy your ID to send it in to prove you are who you are.
What? An office max for voter ID. What in the heck is she talking about? This lady is crazy. Somebody noticed that she was wearing purple. Somebody noticed that she was wearing purple. I was wondering if anybody was going to notice that. I was wondering if anyone was going to notice that she's rebranding with purple. And purple apparently has been associated with a color revolution that we're hearing a lot about. She's 6 cans she's 6 cans short of a 6-pack. Whoa. All right. It's an interesting one. Kamala with the rebrand. And you can't get ID because there's no Kinko's. There's no Xerox. Okay. All right. I got you. I want you to listen to Joey Jones.
If you ain't got what it takes to go get the right documentation to show that you're a citizen, if voting doesn't matter any more to you than that, I don't give a damn if you ever vote again, because I don't care what you have to say. And if that's mean or elitist or whatever, I really don't care. And if you're a politician and those are the people you're advocating for, I really hope you lose too. Because if you're going to be in the greatest and most prosperous country in the world, you should want to take part in it and give a little to do it. I mean, what was it, JFK? Don't ask what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. You can find your birth certificate and go get a free ID to vote. That's what you can do for your country.
Joey says if you don't want ID, if you're trying to make the case for no ID, he doesn't care. Somebody wants to know, how do they watch the patriotic halftime show? I don't know. I honestly found out yesterday who's playing in the Super Bowl. I would rather go and shovel crap out of the horse stalls at our barn with a spoon than watch the Super Bowl. I'm not giving them any ratings. I'm not giving them any clicks. I am not giving them any advertising. I am not giving them my time. I don't watch the Super Bowl. I don't think I've watched a Super Bowl in 10 years, probably more than that. I quit watching the NFL in 2008. And I'm not watching some halftime show just so I can see a bunch of rich millionaire celebrities lip sync. No. You know what I'm going to do? I'm probably going to grab my guitar and play my own damn music. I'm not watching that crap. I don't care who is involved in the Super Bowl show. Okay? I just don't care. Those people can kiss my butt. I'm trying not to swear. We're going on iHeart and Spotify. I'm trying not to swear. Let me liven this up for you. I didn't expect this. I did not expect this one. And if I was at this meeting, I would be rolling.
I'm a proud transgender, mentally retarded, Hispanic, Indigenous, African American woman of color, and I'm late for my abortion. Mr. Chad West, you spoke at the No Kings rally. I have a question for you. That's my wife's boyfriend. How's he going to bang my wife if he's scared of getting deported? We need ICE out of our communities now. We need ICE. I stand with Renee.
Did you hear the beginning of that again?
I'm a proud transgender, mentally retarded, Hispanic, Indigenous, African American woman of color, and I'm late for my abortion. Mr. Chad West, you spoke at the No Kings rally. I have a question for you. That's my wife's boyfriend. How's he going to bang my wife if he's scared of getting deported? We need ICE out of our communities now. We need ICE. I stand with Renee.
That's the mayor of Dallas. Mayor of Dallas is this guy right here. See here? That's the mayor of Dallas. He's a fake Republican. I confronted him at a steakhouse in Dallas, Texas, about 4 years ago for being a fake Republican. He wears, I don't want to go into it. I don't want to go into it. I thought I would liven it up. That guy ticks all the boxes. Here's one that's a little weird. You might find this one weird. Mark Kelly, war hero.
Well, I first learned of it, before it was public. Savannah called me, because she knows I live here. And then I called the sheriff, and I called the Tucson police chief. So that was, that was mid-afternoon on Sunday, and Savannah was on the way to the airport to fly here. And obviously rather upset. So I've been doing whatever I can do. She's a friend. I've known her, and I just want to be there to support her. And I could hear. I didn't have much information, but I could hear, how stressful of a situation this was for her.
a news reporter has the family, the mom is missing, and she calls Mark Kelly. Was he going to get in an airplane and go find her? What? Why would the news media, a woman on the news, call Senator Mark Kelly rather than the police when the mom goes missing? Does that make any damn sense? Does that make any sense whatsoever? Watch speaker. Quit watching the NFL when they took a knee. Yeah, no kidding. They can put that knee right up their butt. She tried to slip the photocopy in as if it's an option. Nope. Nice try. Thank you, Real KRO. Brian, $5 super chat. Macon Blankenship, $5 for the dogs. For those that are new to the channel, I use a lot of the money from the super chats and memberships to help veterans get guitars. And I've got a handful of veterans that have service dogs that I try to help them feed their service dogs. Nothing brilliant. I'm no war hero, but I try to pay something back. Hoover's back in the house. What's up, Robert Gearing? Thank you. She only knows how to speak word salad. Yeah. Hoover meaning the vacuum. Kamala sucks. Yep. She only knows how to speak word salad. I can't decipher it. Kamala's not gotten any smarter. Oh, come on. She's the most qualified woman in America. George, new member. Thank you very much. New members, go to the community post tab. There is a link to the Discord, so you can become a member in the Discord. And get in there and chat with us, right? Now, some of you are going to watch the Super Bowl, and you do you. I don't care what you watch. You do you, right? I'm in agreement with this guy.
Dude, I wouldn't know if Bad Bunny walked up here and asked me for if he could borrow my cell phone. I really don't know who he is. I used to have a Bad Bunny. I had this Flemish giant rabbit. His name was Flop. He had one ear that flopped over.
Oh, nice.
And I always remembered, and somebody had another Flemish giant, and they wanted to breed it. And I said, well, let's go easy on that. So they bring the dadgum thing over. It was Christmas Day. I'll never forget this. And Flop and this other ant, his name was Caramel. I say caramel that aggravates my wife. So I keep saying caramel. And so Caramel, we put it in the cage beside it, and they're getting to know each other. Put them together. It's true what they say about rabbits, dude.
Oh,
yeah. And my nephew was like, Uncle Tim, what's Flop doing to Caramel? And I go back in the house, dude. It's not my job to give the sex talk here.
Oh my God.
And then about a week later, Flop died of a heart attack. So what do you know? I guess he died doing what he loved.
I love Tim Burchett, dadgummit, or dagnabbit. I think he says dagnabbit, right? But now Tim Burchett has come out with this. Tim Burchett, Congressman Tim Burchett says anyone found guilty of crimes against kids should go out Roy Bean style. Right here in Arkansas, Roy Bean, just about 40 miles south of here, there's a museum honoring old Roy Bean. What do you think about that? I think that's an interesting dynamic that we've got going on right now. And I'm in 1,000% agreement with him. Actually, wood chipper. Maybe do this to him first and then the wood chipper. Maybe that. What do you think about this one? Wait until the people who just want to be left alone get involved. These protests are getting out of hand. They're turning on each other. I did a video about this yesterday because I believe what's going to happen is they're going to mess around with some rednecks. They're going to mess around with their rednecks. Turning point to air Patriot halftime show. I hate to say it. I just don't care. I don't care about their pronouns or feelings. Screw the Super Bowl. I'll tell you what I've got. I've got my own Super Bowl. Any trolls in the chat, I'll put you in it. I'll put you in it. But the protesters are turning on each other. This is in Minneapolis. Anti-ICE protesters just turned on each other, hitting each other in the heads with these things. They're hitting each other And this guy screams, "I'm on your side, idiots." Look at this. You can't make this up. These people are literally retarded. They're retarded.
Why are you guys doing that?
I just want to say this. If you go to a rally and they start sticking dildos on the hood of your Chevy, which is what should be on the hood of a Chevy, look at this. They're throwing dildos. Look at the hood of the car. The hood of the car, they are throwing dildos at these people. Who says, "Hey, Clarence, can you run down to the store? We're out of dildos to throw. We need another 50 dildos. Please. We're out of dildos." Dildos throwing dildos is what this is. Look. I can't get over this. We all have eyes. Well, yours is about to get put out with dildos. What? They stuck it right on the hood. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't, you need to have Anthony Hudson on from Michigan. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Anthony Hudson is. How would I have someone on that I have no idea who they are? Why? Ben, have you seen Sean Porter? I don't know who that is either. I don't know who Clarence Mitchell is either. I have no idea who these people are. But if you go to a rally and you get injured by a dildo, somebody says it's the WNBA parking lot. Yeah, the same people that were outraged by throwing dildos onto a basketball floor are now sticking dildos to the cars, to the hood of their Chevys. And their Chevys need it. Ben, I don't know who that is. I don't care who that is. I have no idea. Good morning, Fred Daisy. Thank you very much. Try to block legacy news from your suggested video feed. I have no idea what that means, but cool. Ben, I don't know if you're aware of this, but WNC, Western North Carolina, okay, still hasn't gotten money from FEMA. There's people living in tents and sheds, surviving extreme cold temperatures now. It's a very urgent situation for them. Sadly, most of that money went to Ukraine, and North Carolina had an opportunity to elect a good governor, and they failed. Some of the ownership for the problems in North Carolina should be back on the voters. You had an opportunity to elect a good governor. Some of you chose to stay home. Kid Rock's halftime show is not on the NFL Network. The whole point is to take away from their ratings. How about just don't give them any ratings? How about that? I'm sorry, I'm not live streaming that crap. I could care less. I really could care less about the Super Bowl. I've got other things to do. I got horse poop to shovel. Y'all enjoy.
You just said, Harry, that Renee Good was murdered by an ICE officer.
Yeah.
Do you not think that being hit by an SUV is a justification for using deadly
If
force?
you're looking at the footage frame by frame, and I saw you get walked by Adam Mockler on this, can you be quiet? Oh my God.
How did I get walked?
Well, I'm up here. You're over there. I'm meant to be talking.
Harry, here's a question. Did Renee
One second.
Good hit the officer with her SUV?
Wait. If you look at the frame
It's a
by
simple
frame,
question. You don't need a paragraph.
Michael,
for this.
this is a more
It's a
nuanced.
yes or no. It's
Michael,
not nuanced.
you would agree that this is a
Did
more
she-
nuanced
I
issue.
would not agree with that. Did this
Okay.
woman hit the officer with her SUV?
Her
yes
SUV
or no?
bumped the officer, which still
She-
does not
she bumped
justify.
bumped him with a
Wait,
3,000-pound SUV.
Michael,
That
if I tapped you,
justifies deadly force.
if I tapped you on the shoulder right now, can you shoot me in the fist?
If you tapped me with your SUV, I probably would. Yeah.
Yeah, you just.
If you tap me with your SUV, I probably would. Mark Robinson, you're absolutely right. North Carolina had an opportunity to elect that guy. I don't know why they didn't turn out more for Mark Robinson, but a lot of them didn't. A lot of people chose to ignore that opportunity. Sadly, you might be stuck with what you got. You might, at some point, the voters of North Carolina have to take some ownership. Look at this woman's name. Look at this woman's name. Peace Ishiat. Peace Ishiat is her name. I'm sure she's very smart. She's probably the head of her gender studies class. Probably the head of her gender studies class.
Because we don't want to lose anybody else this year. We've had a lot of tragedies in different schools, different locations. Because we don't want to lose anybody else this year.
I don't want to lose anybody else this year either. And if your name is Peace Ishiat, that's my ex, Peace. Okay. Woo, that's a good one. That's a good one. Vote or lose your country. A lot of people that complain about things didn't turn out to vote. They didn't turn out to vote. And a lot of them are going to not turn out to vote again because of this doom crap. A lot of you are going to fall into the doomer trap. Check this one out. You want to see something funny? He scrambles his brain.
You're a fucking bitch.
Why?
That's all I gotta say, you're a bitch. Bitchin', I swear.
What? Well, if you love Mexico so much, why don't you go back there?
Why the fuck? What?
Well, don't you love Mexico?
Why did you come here? Why are you fucking deporting us?
There's more opportunities over here. Okay.
Become successful here.
Okay, but then.
They escape
So.
fucking cartel to come here. Just have a better life. You guys take
So you think that we should have an open border?
Yeah, you guys should have an open border.
You said that they're escaping the cartel, but what happens if we have an open border? The cartel gets to come here. Like what happened? It proved under Joe Biden.
We can defeat the cartel.
We can. You want to have war with the cartel?
I go to Mexico every weekend. The cartel, they don't do shit to you unless you're a dumb fuck.
Yeah, get him the hell out of here.
That's the problem of arguing with retards. That's the problem. You start, it's contagious. He fried their brain with, if Mexico's so good, go back. But they don't want to go back, and they refuse to go back. I think it's funny. I think it's funny that these people love their country so much that they refuse to go back. They will go and protest. They will burn American flags, but they won't leave. Their country is so amazing. They love it so much, they won't go back. A lot of people are going to fall into the trap of not turning out to vote. And then the United States becomes North Carolina, where people are going to complain about what's happening, but they just had the opportunity to vote. And they're going to use this.
It was not handled the best way. They should have immediately investigated it and realized that it was an automatic scroll into a video, which, as you did play, depicted a number of people and animals. Is it silly? Yes. But was it vindictive? And does it classify the president of the United States as a racist? No. And I think if you look at his policies, people in his cabinet, the people who have visited the White House, including Nicki Minaj recently, to call him a racist or to imply that he is one based on that video is very disingenuous and lacking context.
Well, too bad.
Because
Too
let me tell
bad.
you something. If you don't want somebody to call you that, then you don't do things like this. He didn't show Biden and everybody else. They just showed the Obama part. So it doesn't matter what it clicks and
But it
scrolls
wasn't.
to.
But they didn't do it on
This
purpose,
is an unforced
Chris, which
error.
is the issue. It is an unforced error, but that's very
what you
different than
say.
being vindictive about it and doing it on purpose. It is an unforced error.
Well, what
it's
good?
very
Give me a
different
good
than
reason.
purposely clipping it to show that.
Well, first of all, it was absolutely purposely clipped to show the Obama part. It was just part of a much bigger video. That's not the beginning. Well, it's not the beginning of the video.
It was an automatic scroll.
It's not the first thing you would see.
It was an automatic, right? Because it's the end of the video, which automatically scrolled into the next video. That's what happened.
Oh, no, I know. I understand how buffering and queuing works. What I'm saying is somebody
so that's what
made
happened.
a choice.
It wasn't a vindictive portrayal of the.
They're going to use this whole racist trope with this meme to try to torpedo Trump. They're going to. And I don't know if I don't know if it works anymore. I don't know if it works. I think it works for some people. It works for low information voters. It works for them. It works for, I'm just going to say it works for retarded people. It works for them. Right? It's just the way it is. And sadly, a lot of people are going to fall for the damn trick, the sleight of hand. They're going to fall for it. Some of you may have fallen for it. Right? There's a lot of people that fell for Trump is going to cancel your Social Security. Trump is going to take all of your money. Trump is going to ruin your 401k. Right? That's just the way that they're doing it. It's all misinformation. It's a propaganda war. And I'll tell you what part of the problem with this propaganda war is right here. You might not like her, but man, she is absolutely gold. Gold. Jasmine Crockett tells MSNBC, that Republicans will vote for her in the general election. Is there anyone that believes that Republicans will vote? Let's do this. Will rhinos vote for Jasmine Crockett? I believe they will. I believe certain rhinos will vote for her. Let me just play you this clip that she put up. Let me show you this clip that is, you thought Kamala was dumb?
Hey, Congressman, I can't let you go. I have to ask this question because you laid out a really, really good point there. Do you think Republicans, when you get to a general election, can be convinced that you are the representative they need in Washington?
Oh, absolutely. Now, Michael, you can maybe talk about this a little bit more because I think that Democrats have a perception of what Republicans want. And I think that you know what the real is. I think that Republicans aren't looking for somebody that is Republican light. They can just go and get the real thing. What they want is somebody that they know who they are. So I have text messages from Republicans that have made it clear that if there is a certain person that ends up making it through, they are absolutely voting for me because they know who I am. And so that's why we can understand when Republicans went out and voted for a less than perfect candidate in Donald Trump. They don't seek perfection, whereas Democrats typically do. And so while I may not be their perfect candidate, they know that I know the issues. They know that I know how to work across the aisle when necessary. And they also know that I don't take any mess. And when you are Texas, then it's a matter of you don't mess with Texas.
You don't mess with Texas. You don't mess with Texas. You elect Jasmine Crockett. Huh. Thank you, Tommy. Their children, they've been taught it's their land by Democrat officials like Von Margarita, Kelly and Padilla, and Chris Cuomo, who said the Constitution doesn't say peaceful protest. You're absolutely right, Tommy. I remember when O'Dumbo went overseas and apologized for America, and when Big Mike's said she wasn't proud of America. Anna, you're absolutely right. The only time she's ever been proud of America is when her husband was elected. How many of you believe rhinos will vote for Jasmine Crockett? 60% of you think rhinos will vote for Jasmine Crockett. I agree with you. I agree that rhino Republicans will vote for Jasmine Crockett. Never underestimate morons. I firmly believe they will. Let's see here. What about this? This is an interesting one. Somebody just sent me this. Thank you, Gary, in the chat for sending me this. Gary, this is interesting. I don't know if this is true or not. Statement announcing, this is hot off the press. 9 a.m. 9 a.m. minutes ago. Statement announcing Jeffrey's death emerges from the files dated 1 day before he killed himself. Okay. The document issued by the United States Attorney's Office. Let's see if we can pull this up here. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. August 9th, 2019. Right here. Manhattan U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Berman earlier this morning, the Manhattan Correctional Center confirmed Jeffrey, who faced charges brought by the Office of Engaging in, transporting kids, passed. I won't read it word for word. Passed away in his cell. Blah blah blah. But now they're saying that the document was released before. The day before? What? Statement announcing his death emerges from files, but it's dated a day before he killed himself. Wow. Okay. Does anybody care? I don't know if I actually care what happened to the guy. I look at all these rags. Orange is the new black. Wow. According to official accounts, he was discovered unresponsive shortly after 6:30 a.m. by a corrections officer. I don't know if I care if he killed himself or didn't. I'm more happy that that the taxpayers aren't feeding him. Let's do this. Let's put a poll in here. Let's do a poll in the chat. Are you concerned with how or who may have killed Jepstein? I don't know if I care who did it or how they did it. I just don't know if I care enough about this, about how I'm glad he's dead. I'll just say it. I'm glad the guy's dead. I'm glad the guy's not getting paid with taxpayer money. I'm glad he's not getting better health care than all of you. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm kind of glad that he's not around anymore. Wow. That's an interesting move right there, guys. That's an interesting timeline. If this is true, was it a clerical error? I don't know. Whoa. Let me ask you this in the chat. In the chat, do you care how he died? Wait, hold on. He's not dead? It's been proven 10 million %? Send me this. I want to know how he's not dead. What? Am I this out of touch with this thing? Where is it proven that he's not dead? Benny says he's alive. Never mind. He's alive. Show's over. He's alive. Okay. They say that he is not dead. Who's they? Who's they? Okay, he didn't die. I want to see the poll on this. Okay, let's see this. Let's go here. Is he alive? Yes or no in the chat. Is Jepstein alive? Who proved it? I don't know. I have no idea who proved this. But apparently he's alive. Someone posted a pic on the internet over the weekend. Well, that confirms it. Is he hanging around with Bigfoot? Wow, okay. Well, if Benny says it's true, then it must be true. Benny banned me on his channel. I'm not allowed in the chat anymore. He's alive. Okay. 70% of people believe he's alive. But I've got to see this. I have got to see this. Hold on. Let's just go here. I'm going to pull up the search as we do this. Is Jepstein alive? Okay, let's see here. Epstein's statement dated day before discovery. 99% say he's still alive. Now, this account is from Greece, I think. Let's see here. Footage from the island a few days after his death. Let's see here. What is this? Okay. This is some kind of drone footage from the island. What are we looking for here? What are we looking for? What are we looking for? Wait a second. Is that a gorilla? Oh, no, it's a fat guy. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Is that him right there? Shit, that's him. I swore. So sorry. I don't know if this confirms anything. He did his hand like that. He always did his hand like that. Always. What is going on here? I don't understand. Let's see here. Oh, they're following the scooter. Mario Kart. Mario Kart. Oh, that's him? Somebody in the chat said that that's him driving the scooter. I have Sasquatch and Yeti living with me. Oh, damn it. I knew you did. Is this Roblox? Is this like some game? What is this? I don't understand. Is that him? That zoomed in photo? Is that really him? Is that him? Neck brace? Wow. Not saying anything after this. Please do not try to dox me. But last night, we got some Q stuff going on here. I never got into the Q thing. Okay. Here we go. He's alive. He's dead. The ears tell it all. The ears tell it all. Israel. This is the AI photo right here, I think. I think this is the AI photo. There's no street in Tel Aviv called Hangus. Oh, boy. I love this. Is that him? This image is AI. This is AI generated. Since Grok has failed, here's the result with no beard and sunglasses. Okay. Is he really alive? Let's see here. The nose. He's alive, living in Israel, coming in, more photos. Wow, okay. I did not know he was still alive. I had no clue. I am not going to believe this until I see it. Do people really believe he's still alive? Let's go here. Let's go. Epstein alive. Let's just try that one. Might as well get some beef jerky. Go check out my video last night. They broke the code in new images leaked. That looks AI. I'm going to say that looks AI. That kind of looks AI too. That one definitely. Look at how it's focused on him. All right, man. I don't know. Wow. Okay. Follow me over on X. You can follow me there. We're streaming all over the place there. Wow. Let's go here. I've got a bunch of bookmarks saved right here real quick that I want to show you. Yeah, he's cooked. He's absolutely cooked. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Here's some of the stuff that I was showing in the video yesterday. How they're talking about beef jerky. And I believe the beef jerky's code word for something else. This is definitely code. Look at this. Recipe, yes, later today, but you blank have the type of beef that Jeff likes. That was one issue of the last batch. I just made another batch, picking it up later today. Was going to either send it to you or give it to Eva. Blank on Jeffrey's Islands requesting the latest beef jerky recipe. J.E., that's Jepstein, has asked her to try and make some. He says the last batch that you made tasted different. Could have been some dark meat. Could have been some dark meat on the on that. Look at these. These whole things about the beef jerky. Steve needs a 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, roughly 2 pounds. I would be constipated for a month. Last only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt it was more important for you to have the jerky to eat during my time off. My plan is to make a batch before I leave something St. James, Little St. James Island. Some of that will then go to Steve and the rest of you at LSJ. We talked about this last batch, why it wasn't done. Francis is making another 6 ounces, which is what they need so I can send it off. Feeling better, thanks. Did a half-a-mile run today. Beef jerky is apparently good for your calisthenics. Calisthenics. If you eat jerky, you're obviously going to be more healthy. You're going to be, wow. 6 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid. Wonder what they were using that for. Wonder what you were trying to get rid of with that. Right? What is that trying to get rid of? And more importantly, did Bill Clinton know about it? Yes or no? 1 or 2? Where's the jerky? I don't eat jerky. I do. I'm a biltong guy. I'm a biltong guy. I think I'm going to grab a cup of coffee. Y'all want to take some phone calls? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Should we do phone calls today? 68% said Jepstein's still alive. Let's do this. Let's do phone calls for the show. Yes or no? There we go. I'm going to play this while I grab a cup of coffee because I really think this is an important one. I think this is an important one. Talking about adrenocord. Okay. Thank you, Wanda, my dear sister, billionaire bribery master. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to play this clip. I think this is very important. I'm really starting to like this guy.
Middle of a propaganda war. I love you, and you can be as mad at me as you want. You're wrong. Okay? So listen, I'm going to rapid fire these. Here we go. Right here. Number 1. No, this is not a picture of an 8-year-old girl who died in ICE custody under the Trump administration's heartless dictatorship. It happened in 2023, as reported by the New York Times under the Biden administration. But now it's getting millions of views and being labeled as happening now. Number 2, no, this is not a photo of a 5-year-old put in a cage because of the current administration calls people illegal. Nope. Snopes reports after millions of views, it was discovered that was a photo taken at a protest staged in front of Dallas City Hall. The parents brought the kid to the protest. He was in the cage for about 30 seconds, and he cried because he couldn't figure out how to get out. Number 3, no, this is not a video of ICE agents, quote unquote, drive-by macing people for no reason. That went mega viral. I watched the entire video myself. They were throwing things at law enforcement vehicles, and the guy maced the guy that was throwing things at law enforcement vehicles. Number 4, no, this is not a picture of a woman whose hand was shot off by ICE agents firing rounds at mourners, as was claimed, and it got millions of views. Nope, she was rioting and obstructing law enforcement, and as you can see right here, she picked up a flashbang before it detonated and injured her own hand, blew part of it off. Next one, no, this is not a picture of a 5-year-old boy arrested by ICE. As reported, the boy's father abandoned him while he was fleeing arrest. That is a picture of ICE agents following protocol and not leaving a 5-year-old alone in freezing weather out on the street. Next one, no, this is not a picture of a baby that was tear gassed by ICE while his parents were on their way to a basketball game. Go to that next picture. You can literally see in video that was uncovered later. His parents lied. They're on video at a violent protest, and they left their baby alone in a car for 45 minutes at a riot that they helped cause, and they forced tear gas to be deployed. Next one, this is not a picture of an innocent restaurant worker being arrested by heartless ICE agents. As you can see right here, it is a picture of an illegal child rapist who fled into a restaurant to avoid arrest and seems to have a knife in his hand if you look closely. Next one. This is not a picture of ICE ripping a disabled woman from her car while she was screaming that she was trying to get to the doctor, as was claimed and seen by millions of people. I watched the entire video. She was intentionally obstructing ICE officers by blocking a road. She was asked by 4 different ICE officers to move. She did not comply, and so they were forced to remove her from her vehicle. Next one, this is not a picture of a mother whose son was gunned down for no reason by quote-unquote racist ICE officers. Nope. Actually, it was discovered this kid was firing an AR-style rifle into the air in the middle of an apartment complex. He was asked to stop by law enforcement who self-identified as law enforcement, and not only did he not comply, he is reported as turning his firearm on the ICE agent and firing a shot in the agent's direction. In fact, the kid's dad admitted in a video interview that I watched that his son was doing something illegal with a gun, and he knew that it was illegal. Next one, no, that is not an innocent man. This right here, there was not an innocent man that was shot for no reason by ICE agents in Arizona. Next one, actually, even the Associated Press reports the guy was firing rounds at law enforcement helicopters and law enforcement individuals, and they returned defensive fire. Next one. No, this is not a picture of a federal agent, quote unquote, terrorizing an innocent observer by pointing a gun at his face. Nope. If you go watch the video, I took these screenshots. The guy was obstructing law enforcement on purpose. He initiated contact with the law enforcement agent and pulled the gun, tried to pull it out of his hands. Then the muzzle of what appears to be a gun briefly flashes in front of his face because he pulled it out of the agent's hands, and it was pepper spray. It was not a rifle. Next one. No, this is not a New Yorker article about a quote-unquote innocent Jamaican U.S. citizen who was shackled and deported for no reason. Whoopsie-daisy. He had multiple felonies, including armed robbery and murder. I repeat, murder. So his citizenship was revoked and law enforcement was carrying out the warrant for his arrest. Next one. No, this is making the rounds again. No, the current administration's deportations are not, quote unquote, unprecedented on the cover of Time magazine. That's what it says. Actually, I'm going to read you some stats. Bill Clinton deported 12.3 million people. Bush deported 10.3 million people. Obama deported 3 million people. Biden deported 4.4 million people. So far, through both of his terms combined, Trump has deported a total of an estimated 2.5 million people, less than all these others. You may be asking the question, well, then why am I hearing so much about it? Why am I hearing about it more? Because you're in a propaganda war. That's why. Let's keep going. Next one. No, ICE is not the quote-unquote American Gestapo. As will probably surprise many people who are not as aware, the leader of ICE is that guy on the right. His name is Tom Homan. He served in the exact same position under Barack Obama. This is Barack Obama giving Tom Homan a Distinguished Service Medal in 2015 for deporting more people than he has during the current administration. Now, listen, I could literally go on and on and on. listen to me. Is this blanket approval of everything that every ICE agent does and everything the administration does? No, it isn't. Are you in a propaganda war? Yes, you are in a propaganda war, and it's designed. Listen, it's just think. Don't feel your way through things. Think your way through things. It's 2020 again. It's a propaganda war. It is designed to galvanize the public against law enforcement, just like they did in 2020. Why is this happening? It's a midterm election year. Like, man, just like actually stop and think for a second. So listen, man, Christians ought to be able to chew gum and walk at the same time. Okay. So Christians are commanded to love all people, including illegal immigrants. In fact, I'll just say this, man.
Is it a propaganda war? Because I think this guy lays it out like precisely. And they use it against you on a daily basis. I'll let him finish this clip.
And I've seen some comments like people taking shots at me where they'll be like, hey, man, you guys have Lake Point and Espanol. Do you know that all of them are legal? Or they'll be like, hey, man, you guys have I'll just say this. We have a food pantry that serves like almost 1 million meals per year out of Lake Point. I guarantee an enormous number of them are not legal residents of the United States. I don't care because I'm going to let the government do their job. And then the church and individual Christians, we're going to do our job, and we bless God in those things. So absolutely, man, if somebody walks into my church and says, hey, man, will you disciple me? My answer is yes. And if somebody's hungry and they walk up to my church and they want food, my answer is, we are Christians. We feed hungry people. Yep, we want to help and bless you. So Christians are commanded to love all people, including illegal immigrants. God commands all people, including illegal immigrants, to obey just laws, including border laws. That should not be controversial. And it is not wrong for a nation to enforce the laws it's had on the books for over 5 decades. But listen, man, what you got to understand right now, and 10 toes down, you can comment to your heart's content on my Instagram page. 10 toes down, you are 100% in a propaganda war right now. And Christians have to become people who wait, learn, and reflect instead of just emotionally reacting and getting caught up in mass hysteria. Why? Proverbs 18:17. Whoever states his case first seems right until another comes and examines him. You, my friends, are in the middle of a propaganda war.
I hope that explains exactly what's happening. Because this guy right now, his name is Josh Howerton. He is the lead preacher for a church named Lake Point Church. It's a Lake Point. Let me just make sure I get this. Lake Point Church. And I love the guy. I can't get enough of what this guy's about because he lays it out so clearly. Christians can love everyone, but he says it right there. Breaking the laws is not, you can be a good Christian and still not support people that break the law. Right? But he brings up another point. People that get information out first are usually assumed to be the most right. They're the ones that are assumed to be right. I got a poll going in the chat. Is QAnon real? 50% say yes. 51% say no. 51% say no. I love it. I love that. Remember, our fruits tell others who we are. Lies travel faster than truth. Yeah, you're exactly right. Go home with your separated tongue. I don't know what that means. Thank you very much. Do you have his link? Just go and check it out. Lake Point Church. Go check that out. Josh Howerton. What's up, Jameson's? Jameson's Travels is in the chat. Thank you very much. Let's do you guys want to grab some phone calls today? I don't know if you do or not. I don't really care what we do. It seemed like a lot of people like the phone calls. Some of you don't. That's okay. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Not everybody likes me. Sadly, I don't. Elvis is hanging out with Epstein. I saw that. They're thank you very much. Right? Epstein and Elvis are hanging out. Okay. There we go. All right. I didn't have that one on my bingo card. Let's go here. 615-475-7864. Feel free to call in. You're more than welcome. Check out my sponsor up there at the top. Chapter Medicare. They're going to help you find the best plan. Give me a call, 615-475-7864. Turn the audio down. I'll just nuke you if you don't. Line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. What do you got? Line 3. Go.
Yeah, Ben. Hey, Ben.
I don't think you were
I
prepared to
can't
call in.
Hey, Ben. I can hardly hear you.
Okay. I don't. Go ahead.
Okay. You were talking about that church and the preacher talking about, loving all.
Sure.
God has laws, 10
He
commandments.
said that. He said that.
And he says, give Caesar his due. So basically what we're saying is, if the laws are, we have closed borders, then we support that. If we see someone who's not supposed to be here, we call the officials. We don't take it into our own hands.
I think
we uphold the laws and we follow Jesus.
he said that in his video. He said that.
No, he was saying to love all and feed everybody and all that. And that's not true. That's for the Catholic ministries who are traitors to this country.
You should go
They
back and
uphold
rewatch the clip. You should
the
go back and you should go back and rewatch the clip. You should really go back and rewatch it. He exactly.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure we only heard that first part. We're just talking about, everyone's welcome. We feed everybody. We don't judge.
Wait a second.
And that's,
Wait a second. Go back and rewatch it. He said we're a nation of laws. He said we have laws. And if you don't follow the law, got nothing to do with you. He said that. Go twist your narrative however you want. Okay? Go twist it however you want, but you're not doing it here. Okay? That's exactly right. Exactly right. I got to get a new soundboard. This one's starting to mess up. I'm going to get a new soundboard so I can turn up the audio from the people calling in like that. The guy was wrong. Line 2, go. Go.
Hey, Ben.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Great job. I got a couple of things. I think the beef jerky they're talking about is a code word for adrenochrome, where they harvest from children.
Okay, you might be right.
It gives these elites a long life and seeing into the future and all that stuff. The other thing I'd like to comment, you were dead on talking about these pig ring nose people, blue hairs, and what have you out here protesting. Really have not seen bad yet when the rednecks come out and the good old boys and the hillbillies. I think you were dead on.
I really believe that they are not prepared for that level of violence, because I think when the rednecks get involved, and I'll just say it, when the Southeastern Conference, because that encompasses all the rednecks, we're talking Tennessee, Georgia, West Virginia. Well, West Virginia is not SEC, but there's some good old boys up there. Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Louisiana. When they get involved, it's not going to be friendly. It's not going to be, let's talk about your feelings. I don't believe it's going to be that. I really don't. I think it's going to get Western.
Ben, let me give you a quick update in Virginia. This is James from the communist state of Virginia.
Sure.
Right now, the gun laws are passing right on through the House, getting ready for the governor to sign them. Mm-hmm. But guess what? It's right on track. I said the next thing they're going to do is go after the children. Well, guess what? They're putting the law together right now to start teaching more social studies, history, and change that in the school system to teach more about LGBTQ, gay, trans, diversity, equity, inclusion, all this evil stuff right there. So anyway, Let's hope at Virginia we've got enough patriots, but keep an eye on us. Virginia
I appreciate
may be
you
where
calling.
we come out and it starts.
Thank
have
you
a good
very
day,
much for
Ben.
calling, James. God bless you. God bless
You too.
James in Virginia. Virginia's got problems. Virginia has a lot of problems. Saved $130 a month on your Medicare, Jody. Yeah, use up at the top there. Chapter 332-867-1305. My mom saved a little over $1,400 for the year. $1,400 a year. Democrats have switched targets. Children are the targets now. You're absolutely right. Lines are open 615. Let's go haven't talked to this weirdo in a wall. Have you got your dildo on the front of your Chevy? What do you got?
Oh, hell no. They say those for Fords around here. I did vote for Mark Robinson.
Okay.
We have what they call sanctuary cities like Asheville, Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham. Where the population is, they did not.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as New York City, watch the from New York City.
I got to let you go. Your audio is cutting in and out. I'm hearing about every fourth word. It's obviously he's in a Chevrolet pickup truck, in a Chevy pickup truck. So I think it's kind of messing up the audio there is what I think is going on. Let's go here. Tommy, Guitar Man, South Florida. What you got, Tommy?
Good morning, Ben, everybody.
Good morning,
hey,
sir.
Listen, how do we eliminate the Democratic Party? How do we stop them from making a highway from Virginia to California? I mean, what do we do? They're a criminal party.
Tommy, I'll say this. I think the Democrat Party is hungrier. They are more angry. They are more proactive. They are more aggressive. They're more tactical. I think conservatives, I think Republicans, we control the House, we control the Senate, we control the White House. We're lazy. We're complacent. We're sitting back and trying to, I think we're waiting for Trump to do everything. That's what I think they're trying to do. And not only that, I think conservatives, Republicans, whatever you want to call us, are much more comfortable blaming Trump for everything than we are. We're more comfortable blaming Trump, blaming Republicans, blaming conservatives than we are taking some of our own blame. That's what I think.
Yeah, and while the Democrats or rhinos are doing that, they slowly become apathetic to it all and just make money doing it and so forth. We know.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
I'm doing pretty good, everybody.
Take care, buddy. I appreciate you calling. Appreciate you calling. Tommy, Guitar Man, South Florida. Guitar Man, South Florida. Tommy, Eric Tate. Eric, I sent you a package. You should have it the next day or so. You should have that. Line 3. What do we got, line 3?
Hey, Ben, it's Art. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead, Art.
Hey, so I've been in the Epstein files hardcore for the past couple of days. The beef jerky is part of a special high protein diet that he's using for the CRISPR research. The CRISPR research is still being held by George Church, and he's he's basically the head of it. And basically it's genetic manipulation, both living subjects, and it also has anti-aging in there as well.
Okay. Huh.
I just wanted to draw that because I've been looking up the beef jerky thing too. It's pretty nasty, but yeah, I think the children are part of the CRISPR research to help with the genetic manipulation and the anti-aging.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, because part of that, and not to cut you off, but that beef jerky, if you read in the files, every time he left, he had a pack of that beef jerky, muffins, and something else that was part of the diet. And there's also a section where it talks about one of the girls, the dog ate all the beef jerky and she had to ask for more.
Let me ask you this. Anthony Bourdain, very famous chef, did all the traveling. mysteriously
Yes,
died. Any connection there for Anthony Bourdain? What do you think?
I have seen that name in the files. I believe he's a New Jersey chef. He was one of the ones that was coming down to quote unquote teach how to make the beef jerky.
Well, I appreciate you calling. Thank you so much. It's disgusting, but thank you for letting me know about this. Man, that's a weird one. Anthony Bourdain. I saw somebody in the chat that said that. That's why I brought that up. Goat equals kids. Jerky equal goat. Huh. Okay. All right. Blueberry muffins. Who doesn't love a good blueberry muffin? Let's go line 2. What do you got, line 2?
Hey, good morning, Ben. Shannon, North Florida. Hey, did you or anybody watching catch Thomas Massey get booed out of a Republican meeting in the last couple of nights?
Why was Thomas Massey at a Republican meeting? He's a libertarian. Why would he go there?
Right. I don't know. I think he was there to speak, and they booed him and took his microphone away from him.
Really? Okay. Well, good.
Yeah, and he stormed off, and nobody followed him. But I was just like,
I have
that's interesting.
I have no use for Thomas Massey. I'm pretty much checked out on all libertarians as well. I don't really have
Correct.
a lot of, I don't really care about libertarians either. I think
Yeah.
they are, I think libertarians are the equivalent of Ross Perot. That's just my opinion. But thank you for calling.
They're really no use right now to us.
They can't get elected dog catcher. So that's why they run as Republican. Tell me I'm wrong. Everybody says libertarians are going to save the world. They can't get elected as a libertarian, so they run as Republicans.
Run as a Republican. Yep. Yeah.
I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
I wish Republicans would wake up to that crap.
What part of North Florida are you in? What part of
Tallahassee? Right there with your mom.
That's right. Yep. Thank you very much for calling. Appreciate you. God bless you. Let's go here. Massey equals loser. Absolutely. I got to get a new soundboard here. If they went home, I could love immigrants better. Yeah, me too. I think they're getting deported in droves. People are freaking out because because it's working. Let's go here. Florida Trucker. What you got, Florida Trucker?
Hey, good morning, Mr. Ben. Good morning, everybody. Hey, on this SAVE Act, I've been thinking, I've been listening and paying attention, that even if we do get voter ID and voter registration and all that, where you have to have an ID to vote in the federal election, okay? There's one thing that I'm wondering about is if they're going to do a one-day election, then if, say, for instance, you've got a company that employs 1,500 people, 75% of them are Democrats, right? 25% is Republican. You allow your people to go vote, but a company that has 75% Republican and 25% Democrat is run by a Democrat, and he says, no, you can't take time off to go vote or lose your job.
By law,
Yeah, it could be manipulated.
By law, a company cannot prevent you from going to vote. That's a federal law. They can't stop you from voting. By law, a company, a business, has to afford you the right to go vote. That's a law. That's a federal law.
Oh, good. I didn't know that. I
Florida
learned something
Trucker,
today.
I appreciate you calling, brother. God bless you. God bless you. I appreciate the call. By law, they have to afford you time off to go vote. Apparently, this candidate that's running against Thomas Massey is a Navy SEAL. Man, I'm kind of torn on that one. Let's go here. I think this is the clip that she's talking about. Let's see if I can find this. Let's see here. I think this is the clip she's talking about, Thomas Massey. Let's see here. Why would anyone pay to go see Thomas Massey speak? What a loser.
You are a congressman. You work not for the Speaker of the House. I work for you.
Whoa.
You are a congressman. You work not for the Speaker of the House. Okay. I work for you.
Welcome to the snake pit, baby. Oh, yeah.
Here's the sad part. Are the people clapping for him, or are they clapping for the guy that snatched the microphone? Look at that.
You are a congressman. You work not for the Speaker of the House. Okay. I work for you.
Wow.
You are a congressman. You work not for the Speaker of the House. Okay.
They snatched that right out of his face. Right out of that guy's face. Thomas Massey is a loser. He's such a libertarian. He runs as a Republican. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free. Let's go here. Hello. Line 2. What do you got, line 2?
And George, California, commie stand. You know,
George,
one of the,
talk to me.
Ideas of Epstein still being alive is a picture of the body they pulled out of there. It does not have a tattoo around the left arm. And Epstein had a tattoo on his left arm. That's one of the reasons some people are saying he's not dead.
You think he's still alive, George? Honestly? Because
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I do. He's a pedophile and he's in Israel where they're protected.
You really believe that?
Yeah. Yep, I do.
Okay.
It's just, you know, if you look at the photo of the body they brought out of there, it does not have a tattoo, you know, besides everything else. They show a picture of it. You scrolled by it, but nobody notices it.
Okay. George, I respect your opinion, and I respect the opinion of the chat and the audience. I am not right 90%. I'm wrong 99% of the time. I'm going to exaggerate that. I've got an opinion. I don't
You've got
know.
a good opinion.
I don't know if he's alive. I don't know if he's alive. I hope that he's not. I hope
do
he's
too.
dead. I hope he's dead.
His money is still moving. The Epstein account and stuff is still moving around.
Really?
Why would that be?
But let me ask you this, George. Now I've done my research on this one. Epstein donated 90% of the time to the Democrat Party.
Mm-hmm.
Why, or does that explain why most Democrats won't talk about Epstein?
Because they got some videos of him.
You think
and
so?
That's why they can't release the videos, because the videos are showing the major corruption in our upper echelon all around the world.
You might be right.
That's my opinion.
You might be right. George, I appreciate you. God bless you. California. Commie stand, California. I had to flush somebody. Here we go. Back in your hole. Back in your hole, loser. Back in your hole, loser. Apparently, Tommy Boy's wife was attacked last night. I'm just getting information about this. I'm just getting information that Tommy Boy's wife was attacked last night. Is that true? I'm seeing that coming across right now, that his wife was attacked. Benny never said it was true. What Benny said was it's a conspiracy theory. I agree with that. I believe it is a conspiracy theory. Trolls boost the channel? Absolutely. They share their filth everywhere else. Human herpes, come on back. Is Biden still alive? That's a good one. That's a good one right there. You got me with that one. Let's go line 4. What do you got, line 4? Talk to me.
Hey, I just want to say, turn my volume. Going back to earlier, the earliest report we were talking about, Savannah Guthrie, or Nancy Guthrie.
Yeah.
Her daughter Savannah is an NBC reporter or something like that, news anchor.
Yeah, we're very aware of that. Absolutely.
Okay. So that's, I think that may have had a lot to do, if she was kidnapped and not offed by a family member. I think that has a lot to do with it.
Huh. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for the call. Yeah, I think we were all aware I think we were all aware it's a fallacy. Yeah, put a phallus on the fallacy. That's exactly right. She was threatened in the chat room. Oh, okay. You know, Tommy does a great job of getting out and counter protesting. He does a great job. I do worry about his safety. I worry about his family's safety, his wife's safety. I do worry about that. What is this? What is this here? San Diego Sheriff's, San Diego County Sheriff's Department. Let me grab some calls. Let's open up the lines while we're looking at this. Video revives debate on immigration enforcement near Minnesota schools. Democrats shift on ICE body cameras. And oh, this is interesting. Go here, line 2. Where are you calling from, line 2?
Hey, it's John Dorr from Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Your phone is cracking up a little bit. What would you like to say? Make it quick, because I believe the connection is bad.
I just wanted to say, you remember when Elizabeth Warren called Pete Hegseth a general, and she was taken back by it because he was not a general?
Okay.
I was just saying, I'm just referring that to the party because they actually don't know what they're talking about half the time.
Pete Hegseth wasn't a general.
That's what I mean. And at one point, Elizabeth Warren was referring to him as a general.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. I don't really remember that. But okay. That's okay. Let's see here. Democrats are now wanting body cameras. Oh, they're fearing body cameras. All right, let's go. I love this. Democrat Party is on their way out. Sadly, they're fighting like hell. They are fighting like hell. Let's go here. Line 2. What do you got, line 2?
Hey, Ben, it's Patty. How are you?
Amazing. What would you like to say, Patty?
Hey, I wanted to make a comment on the gentleman that you had on that was telling us about the propaganda war and how Christians, as a Christian, if somebody walks into a church, he's going to feed them and, he's going to let law enforcement do their things. If people want to look at Erica Kirk, she's doing the same exact thing. Her faith tells her to forgive the shooter. Her faith tells her, but, because everyone's like, well, how could you be standing behind the government trying to do the death penalty on Tyler Robinson? That's where we're separating, is that she's like, you know what? As a Christian person, I forgive him, but I look for the government to do their job, and if that means holding him accountable by death, then that's what we're going to do. And what is the name of the gentleman that you had on?
His name is Josh Howerton. He's a pastor at Lake Point Church.
Okay.
Lake Point Church.
All right, I'm going to look him up because he was right spot on. And this, if you look back at what happened in 2020 and you look back at what's happening now, they've just shifted gears, and it's been a propaganda war for years and years and years. And I think the people are finally waking up. And I do agree with what that other gentleman said, and I'm one of them. We all have our Second Amendment right. We're a beehive that's being poked day after day after day. And when we finally decide to come out of the hive, all the blue hair liberals and all these people are going to get stung, and they're going to get stung bad.
Okay. I appreciate you calling. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Somebody said they believe he's in witness protection. Okay. I don't know. Bring back the warrior ethos for all America. Let me see if I can play that clip again. A lot of people, I think, are getting hung up or getting a little confused as to what was said. And maybe you're hearing it the way you want to hear it.
Distinguished Service Medal in 2015 for deporting more people than he has during the current administration. Now, listen, I could literally go on and on and on. listen to me. Is this blanket approval of everything that every ICE agent does and everything the administration does? No, it isn't. Are you in a propaganda war? Yes, you are in a propaganda war, and it's designed. Listen, it's just think. Don't feel your way through things. Think your way through things. It's 2020 again. It's a propaganda war. It is designed to galvanize the public against law enforcement, just like they did in 2020. Why is this happening? It's a midterm election year. Yeah. Like, man, just like actually stop and think for a second. So listen, man, Christians ought to be able to chew gum and walk at the same time. Okay. So Christians are commanded to love all people, including illegal immigrants. In fact, I'll just say this, man. I've seen some comments like people taking shots at me where they'll be like, hey, man, you guys have Lake Point and Espanol. Do you know that all of them are illegal? Or they'll be like, hey, man, you guys have I'll just say this. We have a food pantry that serves like almost 1 million meals per year out of Lake Point. I guarantee an enormous number of them are not legal residents of the United States. I don't care. Because I'm going to let the government do their job, and then the church and individual Christians, we're going to do our job.
Oh, I like what he says there. As a church, he's going to let the government do their job. Wait a second. Because I believe there's a lot of churches like Catholic Charities that are doing the work of the Democrat Party. Okay, I love what he says here. I like this guy a lot.
I guarantee an enormous number of them are not legal residents of the United States. I don't care because I'm going to let the government do their job, and then the church and individual Christians, we're going to do our job, and we bless God in those things. So absolutely, man, if somebody walks into my church and says, hey, man, will you disciple me? My answer is yes. And if somebody's hungry and they walk up to my church and they want food, my answer is, we are Christians. We feed hungry people. Yep, we want to help and bless you. So Christians are commanded to love all people, including illegal immigrants. God commands all people.
Here we go. So he says Christians are commanded to love all people. I agree with this. He says, including illegal immigrants. Listen to this. For all the people that want to get their panties in a twist, get ready.
Christians are commanded to love all people, including illegal immigrants. God commands all people, including illegal immigrants, to obey just laws, including border laws. That's
yes, yes, yes. For all of you that are trying to twist what he says.
And can an amen and a boom shakalaka go right there?
Yes. Listen to it again. For all of you doomers.
God commands all people, including illegal immigrants, to obey just laws, including border laws. That should not be controversial, and it is not wrong for a nation to enforce the laws that's had on the books for over 5 decades. But listen, man, what you got to understand right now, and 10 toes down, you can comment to your heart's content on my Instagram page. 10 toes down, you are 100% in a propaganda war right now, and Christians have to become people who wait, learn, and reflect instead of just emotionally reacting and getting caught up in mass hysteria. Why? Proverbs 18:17. Whoever states his case first seems right until another comes and examines him.
Wow. Okay. So for everybody that's freaking out, he says the laws. I love this. I love that there's people that are going to hear what they wanted to hear. I love it. There are people that are going to hear what they wanted to hear and not what he actually said. That's just part of it. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Check out my sponsor up at the top. Call 332-867-1305. That's Josh Howerton, pastor, Lake Point Church. Yeah, it sounds like common sense. That's weird, huh? Let's go line 3. What do you got, line? Nope. If you are that disrespectful that you cannot turn down the audio when you call in, I will be disrespectful and hang up on you. Line's open, 615-475-7864. Feel free. Give me a call. Line 2, go.
Hey, Ben. I guess the television was a little too loud, but
I can barely hear you. You got to speak up.
Okay. Anyway, I tuned in just about the time someone was talking about Anthony Bourdain. Were they talking about how his body was swapped out for Epstein's, because that's a rumor that's out there. The whole nose, if you notice the nose, his nose is bent. Like Bourdain.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, they claim that Anthony Bourdain, he was.
Who's they? Who's they?
Several people. Just lived the grapevine. Okay. Bourdain.
Wait a second. Wait. You're claiming something, but you don't know who's claiming it. Anthony Bourdain died in 2018. Epstein died in 2019. So you're thinking they took a decayed body and switched it out?
What I do know about Bourdain is he was at the Standard Hotel, and Adam Schiff was involved in a event with a young boy.
You're changing lanes on so many things here. You're changing lanes. He died a year before. He died in France. But now you're saying, I'm not trying to get anyone. I'm not trying to get anyone. I'm trying to filter through. When somebody said they, I'm like, who is they? Who is they?
Right.
You're saying they switched out Anthony Bourdain's body for Jeffrey Epstein's body. I heard you say that.
Yeah. Yes.
Anthony Bourdain died a year before. So you're thinking they took a decayed body that died in France. They put it on ice for a year, and they're like, "Hey, we've got a plan." You really think that?
You made your point, brother. You made your point. But what I am saying is that Bourdain was at the Standard Hotel at the same time that Adam Schiff was at the hotel.
I was at a concert.
$7.8 million.
I was at a concert in Tulsa.
Are you aware of that?
I'm not aware of it, but I don't know how much I put into this. I was at a concert in Tulsa about a month ago. Do you know who else was at that concert? I don't know either, because I don't care. I don't know who was else at that concert. I don't know. That is a lot of, I think that's called like a whataboutism. Whataboutism, I think, is what we're talking about there. Whataboutism. Anthony Bourdain, they kept his body on ice for a year and then switched it out. Somebody keeps texting me during the show. I might block you if you keep texting me. Jerry, stop texting me. I don't have time to read your text, okay? I really don't. I think it's cute, but sorry, no. Line 3. What do we got, line 3? Let's get through this switchboard.
Hey, Ben.
Yes, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Louisiana. This is Alan.
Alan, what you got?
Everybody's getting off topic. They've got this whole country screwed up with Epstein, all this shit. They need to focus on taking this country back from this government.
Wait a second. Are you saying
we have lost
Epstein
control? I'm just being honest.
Are you saying Epstein is a distraction?
Oh, hell yeah. Everything is a distraction. The riots, all that. They're trying to keep this country divided instead of focusing on America first.
Are you
kind of get what I'm saying?
Are you saying that a lot of this is because, or is a way to discredit Donald Trump? Are you saying that?
Yeah. I mean, look at what's going on. I mean, we're not focused on this country. We're focused on internal disputes and everything else. We need to focus on taking this government back from the rhinos, all these senators that have been in there for 20, 30 damn years. It used to be you served 12 years, you went back home to your farm and ran your farm.
Right.
I mean, we need to go back to the way it used to be instead of all these billions of dollars getting wasted. Wasted.
I agree. Thank you for calling, brother. Appreciate you. Down in Louisiana. Hopefully he was near Bayou La Battery, Alabama. If you know who grew up there, you had a good, you've liked good movies. Let's go line 1. What do you got, line 1?
Yes. Are you there?
I am. I'm listening. What would you like to say?
Yeah, they're at halftime Super Bowl today is Turning Point USA has a big deal going.
I don't care.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I don't care about anything to do with the Super Bowl. I really don't. I just don't care. I'm not going to waste my time watching that. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. Do whatever you want. I don't want to give the Super Bowl any ratings at all. None. Let's see here. 168,000 children have been found since Donald Trump took over. You're absolutely right. You are 1,000% right. Bubba Gump. Yep. I liked Forrest Gump. It's a great movie. Great movie. I don't have to like the actors in it. I don't have to like the actors, but I love the movie. And I love the book too. And I read the second book. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Let's go line 1. What do you got, line 1? The heavy breathing does not turn me on.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was on. Hi, my name is Carla, and I have a question about the pastor. If a mass murderer came to the pastor and needed food, and he fed them and sent him on his way without turning him in, is that right?
Where did you get the part where he said he would send him on his way? Where did you get that part?
Did he say that he would feed them and then say, well, I have to call the law because this is what I'm supposed to do as a citizen steward of the country of the laws?
I think you're putting.
I don't think.
I think you're putting words in his mouth. He didn't say anything about calling the police. He said he
That's
wanted
why
to.
I'm
Hold
questioning
on.
him
Hold
about
on. Hold on.
why-
Hold on. You're not going to cut me off. I'll hang up on you. I'll hang up on you. You're not going to cut me off. He
I'm
said.
sorry. It was like my phone must.
I'm just going to hang up on you. I'll hang up on you. He said he would let the government do their job. That's what he said. So to go and extrapolate some, I don't want to cuss. I don't want to cuss this morning. But holy crap. He said nothing about that. You're hearing what you want to hear. You're hearing the negative BS that you want to hear. Wow. Oh my God. You replayed that segment twice. So now we needed a third, fourth, or fifth time for people to get it. Reprimanda, do me a favor. Do me a favor, Reprimanda, email me at my email address, scrolling across the bottom. Email me. I'm adding you to the Discord free membership. Reprimanda, you are a freaking genius.
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
You're a freaking genius, Reprimanda. Email me because you get it. You absolutely get it, Reprimanda. Wow. Some people are so, oh my God, you're so out to lunch. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Let's go here. Line 2. Don't be as dumb as the last caller.
757-864.
Hi.
You are. You're just that dumb. Turn the audio down. You are just that dumb. Wow. He never said he wouldn't call the police. Don't be that dumb. Line 3, go.
Buddy, this is Saul Breyer from Alabama.
Good morning, sir. Roll Tide.
You put on there just a second ago 168,000 children were discovered.
That's correct.
Where are the people that were responsible for those children missing? Why aren't there any arrests for those? That's all I've got to say. Love your show. Thank you, buddy.
You don't think there's been any arrest?
Well, we haven't seen it. You know, they tell us that we've got 168,000 children that have been recovered.
Mm-hmm.
But where are the arrests? Where are the people that are part of taking 168,000 children?
So since Donald Trump has been put in office, let me see here. As of December 2025, see if I can't pull it up while I'm talking to you. As of December 2025, during a period of increased enforcement, reports indicated over 328,000 people have been arrested, with detention levels reaching a record high of 73,000 individuals. 2025-2026 trends, the administration is aimed to increase detention significantly, with more than 328,000 people arrested between October 1st and December 14th, 2025. That's off of the ICE.gov website.
Okay. Okay. That's where I need to look a little bit further, just like other people do. But here's the thing. We got
Here we go.
168,000 people. Is any of them involved in like a ring or anything that, I mean, this seems to be put together as an organization.
Yeah, it's called cartels. It's called trafficking. It's called coyotes. It's absolutely a ring. Absolutely.
Okay.
Do you know what
they're...
Wait, hold on. Do you know what is coming up this week? Do you know what's about to happen? Alejandro.
There's so much happening every day.
But here's the thing. Just like many other people, you choose out of the things that are happening, which ones to get upset about, which ones to love, which ones to like. Right. Alejandro Mayorkas is about to be charged. Mayorkas is about to be charged. Were you aware of that?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad you were. Thank you very much. I appreciate your call. I think just with a little bit of research, Ron, show the kids rescued. No, you don't have a right to see that. You do not have a right to see that. And neither do all the other wackos that have things for kids. You just don't. You don't have a right to do that. And you can't show them. You can't. That is not how that works. If you are one of these show me people, move to Missouri. That's the show me state. Let's go Bruno, Massachusetts. What do you got, Bruno?
Good morning, brother. Good morning, Patriots. You know, Ben, everybody's so hung up on the Super Bowl today. Professional sports, everything else. I backed away from it when they pushed the whole jibby jab garbage. But I was starting to step away with the whole Colin Kaepernick thing taking a knee. But, you know, this is the modern day Roman Empire. This is the Colosseum. Distract the people with this garbage, so you don't see what's really going on.
Yeah.
Been going on for years. You know, the cartel has been running sideline shadow government for years. It's slowly being exposed. It's going to take time, but, you know, it's scary when you think about that video that you shared yesterday that I've talked to a couple of people about the jerky meat. And, you know, it's just like, I've been dipping into some of the information about the cabal through my son. People, do yourself a favor, look into it. Look on X. There's some different movies and stuff out there. Gray State was supposed to be released. Interestingly enough, the director-writer came up missing. So did his family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
So, you know, there's some scary stuff out there that people are not really ready for what is about to come out. And it's going to turn their stomach and they're not going to believe what's really evil out there.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Bruno. I appreciate you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Great call. Coast Guard veteran. He has seen some stuff. Coast Guard, with the amount of interdiction, I think it's called interdictions that they do. I think Bruno has seen some stuff. Let's see here. Here we go. You confirmed it. 141K found. I love it. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. Feel free to give me a call. Let's go here. I don't care. I don't care. Okay. You did it. You did it. Line 1. Go.
Hi.
You know why I hung up on him. You know why. You know why. He'll figure it out. Lines are open. That's a great point that Bruno brought up about the Roman Empire and the Colosseum. Let's go here. Line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Good morning, Ben. This is Kendall above the bridge in Kansas.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I just wanted to say I think that Epstein's alive. The reason I'm thinking that.
What do you have for evidence that he's alive?
Well, he's got all them jumpsuits. You're only allowed one jumpsuit. That's contraband if you got more. And he's got like 6 of them in there. And I just believe that he's still alive. And also, there's something else on that Ready Mod Schumer. He's been in Congress for 50 years, and he needs to be put out to pasture. And these coagitators, they forgot where they came from. I mean, they're from America. They need to be deported along with the other folks.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. I can't believe so many people believe that Epstein's still alive. Okay. Let's go here. Line 1.
Hi.
Go right ahead.
Hello. Hi,
Go.
calling from Connecticut.
Yep. What would you like to say?
Hi. I would like to talk about the illegal truck drivers, the illegal immigrants driving 18-wheeler trucks.
Okay.
Yep. And how enough is not enough is being done about it. I live in Connecticut, and I run into these illegal truck drivers all the time. They don't speak a word of English. And is this just worthy of talking about on your show?
How do you run into illegal truck drivers?
Well, I make deliveries throughout the Connecticut area. It's pretty liberal up here. And I run into these guys at the weigh stations and the fueling stations all the time. They don't speak a word of English. And I try to talk with these fellas, and they will literally tell you they don't have licenses. So I don't know how they're not getting caught.
Let me ask you a question. So you run into truck drivers that are illegal, right?
Yep.
How many times have you called the police and reported them?
In this state of Connecticut, I've called them several times with the DOT, and they never get back to me, and I never see any arrests or anything getting done about it.
Have you called like the state patrol, the highway patrol?
Oh, yeah, and the Department of Transportation, and they seem very lackadaisical in this state.
Well, it's a Democrat-controlled state. Would you expect something different?
No, but I, when I see these people getting killed on the news by these massive 80,000-pound trucks with these guys driving them, it really enrages me. And I feel like I've done my part, but it's not good enough.
Okay. But you're living in Connecticut. It's a Democrat state, and you think something different is going to happen.
I was hoping so, but it's not looking good.
You know what the definition of insanity is?
What's that?
Doing something over and over and over and expecting a different result.
Right.
Sounds insane. Sounds insane. That sounds insane. All right, there we go. Lines are open. It's not his fault. I wouldn't say it's his fault. I'd say it's the state of California, or was it California? Connecticut. I think it's the state of Connecticut's fault. That's what I think. It's the Democrat voters in Connecticut's fault. They don't care. They don't care. Poll in the chat. Are you watching the Super Bowl? 87% say no. Say no. All right. Okay, let's go. Lines are open. Let's go line 1. What do you got, line 1?
Hi, I just wanted to say I'm really enjoying the show this morning, but I'm a faithful person, and I would hope that everybody out there that's faithful would pray for our country, pray for those that are bad to be revealed, and let's get all of these people out of here that don't belong, along with our elected officials. Let's get rid of them, because it's time to move and get people that really care about we the people.
Right. Okay. All right. I agree with you. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you. There we go. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Connecticut loves cheap labor. Yeah, of course they do. Line 2, go right ahead.
Yes, for the 86 million people that's not going to watch the Super Bowl, Turning Point USA has an opposite of that organization.
All right. Thank you very much. I think you really appreciate that. I don't think anybody realized that was happening. There we go. Let's see here. Lines are open, 615-475. Let's go Mark in Pittsburgh. What do you got, Mark? Mark in Pittsburgh. I think Mark got disconnected. All right, let's see here. Line 4. What do you got, line 4?
Yes, sir. Calling from Michigan. I think Epstein's alive. I really do.
Why?
I don't know what it is, but I don't trust Cash Patel. I liked him at first. I don't know what it is, man. It's a feeling I got. I think he's still alive. I know there's a lot of AI going around and this and that, but come on, dude. What do you have? Like 60 sheets in his cell?
You think he's alive? All right, I guess he hung up there. All right, he thinks he's alive. All right, there we go. All right. Mark in Pittsburgh. What do you got, Mark?
Hey, Ben, there's two things I got to say.
All right, let's
First
hear it.
thing about Jeffrey, right? Everybody says he's alive or he's dead or whatever. If I don't see him hanging myself or a bullet going into his brain, there's got to be some skepticism about him being alive. Okay, that's just period. Stop. You can't tell somebody something and them not seeing it. Okay. And the second thing is with those truck drivers up in Connecticut, right? There are weigh stations on our state highways. Okay. I was a truck driver back in the day. And when you got into that truck driving weigh station, they tore you apart. They went through your paperwork. They went through the truck. They went through where you were going, where you were coming from. So the state had to be involved in it for them to keep on letting them do it.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions here. So
Okay,
you
all right.
think, using your own words, if you didn't see Epstein's body hanging, he's still alive?
Yeah, if I don't see
Okay.
it, if I don't see it, yeah. If I
Okay,
don't
hold
see
on.
it, there's got to be skepticism.
Hold on.
I mean,
Hold on.
Go
Hold
ahead.
on. So by using your words, is
Mhm.
Elvis still alive?
I'd have to say 90% yes. Yes.
You think Elvis
He's
is
somewhere.
still alive? Okay. Let me ask you this.
Elvis?
Yep.
No. I thought you said Epstein. No, I don't
No.
believe.
No.
I wasn't around for Elvis, but
Okay.
for Jeffrey, if like I said, if I don't see it in person, it's hard to say. You know, with all that's going around him, you know, I could see if he was just a John Doe on the street or a Jane Doe or something. But with his prestige, okay, with his power, and he had so many people around him, they could have staged his death. Okay, just like Charlie Kirk done, right? Okay.
Is Charlie Kirk
Okay,
alive? Is Charlie Kirk alive?
No. Yeah, he's dead, and the only reason why he's dead, okay, and I know you don't believe me on this one, is because that exploding microphone, that little scrap metal hit his neck, and it wasn't supposed to. That shot was supposed to come from up ahead. The loud noise was supposed to hit him. He was supposed to get popped in the stomach, okay, which would have killed him because that exploding microphone would have killed him from the inside.
I can't take it. So you think?
I know you can't.
You think it was an exploding microphone?
Yeah. If you don't watch it, like.
Okay, I gotta let you go. I don't have boots on. Wow. Okay. All right, let's go. Line 4. Get the tinfoil
Hey, Ben,
hat
it's
on.
Will in Chicago. You know, the Epstein stuff is the perfect psyop for conservative Republicans because they love the conspiracy stuff, and it's just completely sidetracking everything from what we should be talking about. And what happened to the affordability stuff that was coming up before the new year? No one talks about it anymore. I want to hear some more important things be discussed.
I couldn't agree with you more because I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people love a good conspiracy. They love it. It's like that show with, I forget the guy's name. They did the murder every night on a Friday night TV show. What was it called? Crap. It had some dude on there and Keith Morrison, he would have, he would talk about the murder and all this. Everybody loves a good conspiracy. People don't like reality. Now, the guy that called in a few minutes ago said, if he didn't see Epstein's body, he's still alive. But whenever I asked him if Elvis was still alive, he's like, oh, no. And then somebody said here, I think Pastor Bob Joyce is Elvis. No, I'm just using that same frame of mind. I didn't see Marilyn Monroe's body. I guess she's still alive. I guess Anthony Bourdain, I never saw his body. I guess he's still alive. I guess Charlie Kirk, still alive. I'm guessing Laken Riley is still alive. She's probably a nurse in California, right?
Yeah.
That's my.
I got a question for you. How many weeks or months do you think this current spout will go on of this being headline news that everyone's talking about?
Well, think about this. How long did the JFK conspiracy go on for?
Long time.
60 years? 60 years?
Yeah.
This is new, man, because what you're about to see, my opinion, you're going to have a bunch of people come out with a bunch of books about the Epstein. This is the perfect opportunity for all the grifters to write books.
Should make some good money right now.
The JFK assassination was a $10 billion a year industry. It was an entire industry, right?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
It's a way to make some money. Think about how much money Candace Owens has made off of talking about conspiracies surrounding Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, it's really pulled the Republicans apart from each other, and it's just these people don't want to vote anymore. These people who don't have trust that Epstein's dad or whatever, they don't want to vote period anymore because they don't trust either side, and that's the whole point.
I agree with you, and because they have put that little bit of doubt into people, the Democrats win in this situation. You always have to think about who is winning by this divisive crap. The Republicans are gaining nothing out of this. The Democrats are winning out of this. Think of Sean Ryan, Navy SEAL. He's got this giant YouTube channel. He is an admitted drug trafficker, admittedly ran a cartel in Colombia. Then he brings on Gavin Newsom, Hunter Biden, Ro Khanna. He brings on Ro Khanna again. Meanwhile, who is he helping? Is he helping the Republican Party? Is he helping the Democrat Party? He's shitting on the administration on a daily basis. Daily basis. Who's winning? I'd say the Democrats are. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate your call, Will. God bless you. Great call. Somebody sent me a message. Why are you making that mocking face about Turning Point and Kid Rock broadcasting an alternative to the halftime show? Because I don't care about the Super Bowl. I don't care about the Super Bowl. I don't care. Tommy, people's lives are boring. A conspiracy gives... Never been truer words. Never been truer.
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
Never been truer. People's lives are boring. A conspiracy gives them excitement. You know what I'm going to do during the Super Bowl? I'm going to grab my guitar and I'm going to better my own life for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes, I'm going to better my own life. Let's see here. That's what I'm going to do. Because watching other people perform and lip sync is not going to improve my life. I feel like it'd be like watching Milli Vanilli. I don't care who's performing. I've been to a Super Bowl. I got drunk at one. There we go. Tupac is alive. There we go. Line 3. What do you got?
Hey, Ben, it's Brian from Lima, Ohio.
Thank you. What's up, Brian?
My God, man. I want what these people are smoking, talking about Jeffrey Epstein being alive, Elvis being alive. If Elvis was alive, he'd be 91 today, which could possibly be done. But, man, I'll tell you what. This is my tinfoil hat's been on since I've been watching this. This is absolutely asinine. And one last comment. I think the next person that calls in and starts talking about Jeffrey Epstein being alive, ask him who shot JFK.
Ooh, or Jimmy Hoffa.
Well, since we're talking about conspiracies today, let me go out on a limb here.
Give me your best one.
Okay. Jimmy Hoffa is not under a bridge on I-75. Jimmy Hoffa is not in one of the end zones that was the old Meadowlands Stadium.
Is Jimmy Hoffa in the Epstein files?
I would say no, but I think I know what happened to Jimmy Hoffa since we're talking about conspiracy theories. He was unalived and put in an auto-wrecking wreck yard.
Well, I appreciate you calling, Brian. Thank you. Thank you very much. Jimmy Hoffa might have shot Elvis from the back seat of the Cadillac in Dallas while taking videos of Bigfoot. Line 3, what do you got? You're retarded. There we go. Full retard. Making fun of someone never convince them to change their mind. Here's the thing. It's easier to convince someone of something crazy than it is to convince them that they've been fooled. Line 3, what do you got? You're retarded. Ben, I was abducted by aliens in a Walmart parking lot. Were they illegal aliens? There we go. Here we go. I hope this person calls. Line 3, what do you got? Okay. I want to do this. The person that's texting me at the 719, call in, please. Here's what they said. You have turned into an arrogant SOB. Don't take calls if you can't handle them in a professional manner. You should call in, area code 719. Feel free. I would love to talk to you. I would love to talk to you in a professional manner. There we go. Feel free. I know what a honey hole is. Lines are open, 615-714-75-7864. Line 3, what do you got?
Texas calling in, brother. What you up to?
Let me know. Tell me what you think.
Hey, man, this is Gary, brother. I've been a long-time member and follower and one of your mods on Rumble. Just
Thank
wanted
you
to
very
speak
much,
freely,
Gary.
sir.
Yeah, go for it, Gary.
Ben Dykes is the best. Facts over feelings. And Tommy's wife is okay. It was a drunk attacked him last night while she was walking the dog. Everything's good.
Really?
But everything's good, brother. So we're here and Texas loves you.
I didn't know exactly what happened. I'd seen a couple of things posted, but I wasn't actually sure if it was a physical attack, if it was some threats. I wasn't sure about what actually happened.
Yeah, he posted out this morning and everything, and there's about 15, 20 of my good friends that I've known since high school, and a couple other, probably 50 to 60 other people that I've known throughout my life. We're rounding up within the next 2 weeks. We're heading to Portland, and we've already got the funds lined up. We're going to be staying for at least a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and there's going to be several other people coming with us. We're getting justice for Captain Jerry. I got a good friend who's a board certified lawyer here in Texas, and he's already spoke with other people in that area that he's going to branch out with and pick up their services. That way it's not a conflict of interest being from Texas to Oregon and everything, but we're going to get justice for Jerry, Captain Jerry. I salute everybody in the military. I love everyone in the military, whether they're active or before. So my dad served in Vietnam, and I just want to say God bless all of our troops. God bless ICE. God bless Donald Trump.
You know, I was talking to one of the guys, Climatics, about sending some money to help get that transported, the new scooter transported. So I'm going to be donating to that too. I really appreciate your calling.
All right, brother. Hey, I appreciate you being. This is Gary from the Texas Hill Country, dear capital Texas, baby.
Thank you very much. Thank you. There we go. Let's do this. Let's see here. I'm going to do this right. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? There we go here. I'm going to see if we can get a conspiracy theorist in here. I think we're going to get one. Let's see here. I love the back and forth. I love the back and forth with some of the people that text. Hire a screener? I'm not hiring a screener for this show. I do the show from my damn office. You know, I think I might just ban this guy. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh. There we go. Let's see here. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Let's go right here. Line 2.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah, good morning.
You want to talk about conspiracy theories?
Yes, sir.
That video you made yesterday where you're
Yes,
having
sir.
nice stogie, 65-degree weather. I'm glad
Yes, sir.
y'all had nice weather out there.
Oh, it's
I have
beautiful.
to agree with everything you say. To me, that wasn't a conspiracy. That you told the truth.
I think when
all this stuff, yes.
I believe whenever certain people get involved or when certain people are attacked, it's going to change the game when some rednecks get involved. That's what I think.
But one thing I'll say, it is funny that we haven't seen it down here in the Georgia and Alabama side.
How convenient is
little.
that?
Georgia State Patrol wiped out. Took care of the University of Georgia that day. It didn't take them long. The Georgia State Patrol, they cleaned house. the second one over there at Alabama, at University of Alabama, I thought it was funny at the end because they both said, screw Joe Biden. But I'm like you. These kids are not our responsibility, but they are our responsibility. If we have kids, we need to know what's going on in dangerous times and help protect them. You see what I mean?
It's weird how these protests only occur in sanctuary cities.
Yep.
That
Because
is
I
not,
think
that is not,
God-fearing people know what's right and what's wrong.
that is
That's
not
just
a coincidence. That is not a coincidence. That's my
It
theory.
is not coincidence. And if anybody says that's a conspiracy theory towards you on that, I'm going to tell them, no, it's not. It's the truth.
I love, I love hearing people in the chat, or I get these random hate messages saying that I'm mean and all this. No other channel interacts with their chat, with their viewers, the way that I do. I am going to go ahead and pat myself on the back. No
Yeah, pat
other
yourself on
channel,
the back. This is
no
your
other
boy that
channel,
you're doing. This
no other channel. Yeah, no other channel interacts with their viewers like I do and gives people a chance to call in and express their opinions and disagree with me. They're all
That's right.
scared of their viewers. They're scared of them. And 99 times out of 100, as soon as somebody in the chat says something that they don't agree with, they block them. They don't take their calls. They won't take their calls. They won't. And a lot of these channels are afraid to disagree with anyone.
One thing I've learned from you since I've been watching you, and this is Cat and House Garage, by the way.
Yes, sir.
You're telling the truth. You're telling things. You're telling the truth with things here, and common sense can win in any battle. If you understand what you're saying. It's like I think you said your grandmother said, never deal with idiot people because it can bring you down to your level.
You're exactly
you see what
right.
I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's one thing that's a good saying right there. Your grandmother was right, because they can bring them down to your level and get, and it's not worth it.
You are absolutely right.
And I'm proud of us Americans after I see all this stuff that's going on, people that do believe, people that do understand right from wrong. And that cannot change. It's never going to change.
You're absolutely right.
We might be losing, we looking like, but we're not.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I appreciate you calling, Cat House. Hey, do y'all got any t-shirts or anything like that for your Cat House garage?
What's that now?
Your garage. Do y'all have any t-shirts, ball caps, any of that stuff? I'd love to help you out.
I'm just a simple man. I've tried to start the YouTube thing, but the way I see how everybody is acting and everything, I don't know if I really want to get into it or not, man.
If you ever need any help, you let me know. I will personally help you.
Well, I appreciate that, Ben. That's very nice of you, bro. It's just, the way people are nowadays, we're definitely in a different time of what we were raised in.
I agree. Thank you, sir. Thank you. He brought up a song there. I heard it too. I'm a simple kind of man. Missy B. I love that Ben lets the people's voices be heard. I will say this. I am going to toot my own horn right now. I don't care if you disagree with me, but I want you to also respect the fact that I can disagree with you. There are so many channels on YouTube and all these other platforms that are scared to disagree with the people watching. They're scared. They are scared to go against the narrative. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. Because they're scared somebody will quit watching. They are scared that someone will get offended. They are scared somebody won't like them. I've said it before. I am an expert on my opinion. Somebody said right here, they're all actors. I don't care if you disagree with me. Randy says I was a gunner on a high-speed door gunner on a submarine. Yes, that's why I'm not afraid. Door gunner on a submarine. But tell me this. Name one channel on YouTube that will openly interact with their chat, with their audience, that will allow their audience to call in and disagree with them. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Here we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we might have comment of the day. Where is this comment? Where is this? By ED Ventures. ED Ventures just might have nailed comment of the day. Damn it, I can't find it. Oh, they quit their day job, so they have to rely on subs. You're absolutely right. JT, welcome to the channel, brother. What's going on? Can you hear me?
Can't hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, what you got, JT? Welcome to the show.
You were talking about channels, and take aside channels, take aside the media. Sometimes the media does it for their advertisers, the big government, but channels, like somebody wrote in the comments, they want to lose subs, right?
Yeah.
Of course they don't want to. And then it's hard to articulate sometimes, unless you're in long form, what your position is. So in a video, like you've got a chance to say, hey, I don't like duck, duck. People can say duck's the best. You can talk to people about it. So the call-in show does allow for that. People listen.
I think it's so funny that you and I both know some of these channels.
Yeah.
They are so worried about people liking them that I believe they lose touch with who they are or what got them to where they're at. That's what I think.
Well, I agree with you. There is a fine line. Somebody said people are actors. And to a degree, I've said there's 10 parts of my personality. I maybe do 3 because that's what people want to watch. People resonate with. And you kind of find that by the way your audience pushes you. In other words, you don't talk about something your audience doesn't want to hear about.
Right,
So
exactly.
you may like it, but you don't talk about it anymore because you realize that people don't want to hear it. It doesn't get views, and people don't want to watch it. What's the point? So we all do it to a degree, YouTube being far better than mainstream media. But of course, if people have got to say it's Benny Johnson, his opinion is open borders, he's not going to talk about it because that pays his bills. And I think that's would be common sense. You keep your mouth shut because that's how your bread's buttered.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a lot of channels that as soon as they get a little bit of disagreement, they will just turn away. They don't read their comments. They don't read the chat. They will just completely move along. And
I've done that. I had a take on beards in the military, and it was like all of a sudden the crazies were coming out like, oh my God, you're a racist. You're racist. And I'm like, I'm not dying on this fucking hill. I'm not going to get now the losing subs part didn't really matter, but again, maybe I wasn't articulate enough. Maybe I didn't express my opinion enough because that could come into play too. Instead of saying, hey, I grew up in the military where black men shave their face, it could have been on me too, because I didn't have that open forum to talk to people like you do here, letting the call-in show take place.
Let me ask you this, and you and I have we talk YouTube, we talk strategy all the time. And for all those who are watching, that's the boring shit we talk about. For a long time, if you made a video going against Sean Holy Grail CIA contractor,
100%,
you would lose 1,000 subs, 500 subs, and you would get ratioed, and YouTube would suppress that video.
100%, yeah.
And now we're seeing, and you and I talked about this, Sean Ryan went after I can't think of his name. Dan Crenshaw. Went
Right.
after Dan Crenshaw for insider trading. But then he platforms Ro Khanna 2 times. Ro Khanna, insider trading 12,000 trades. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah, 12,000 trades. That was priceless.
So, I mean, like, it's a double-edged sword. It's such a double-edged sword. And then the same people that go after Dan Crenshaw for insider trading will ignore the fact that Sean Ryan was running a cartel. He has openly admitted to running a cartel.
Well, it's the same thing as like Mike Tyson. Like, who else gets a pass? Who's a convicted rapist? But Mike Tyson gets a pass. People go, well, it's just Mike. That's what we expect. That was bullshit charge. You know, there's interesting things in news, but Sean being a relevant one for today because people typically don't get a pass, except Sean has got big money behind him. Let's be honest here. And I know the viewers like him. I'm not talking about you being bad people. I'm just saying there's big money that support, pay for, and promote what he does that you and I don't see. And again, I'm not against Sean. I've talked to Sean before. Yeah. But to Ben's point, if you say something about Sean that's negative, the video goes nowhere and you get attacked by your viewers. So it's kind of a joke in VetTube. Like, you don't go get Sean Ryan. Like, I can think of 4 or 5 guys who are like, oh, no, I'm not fucking with Sean Ryan. Because he's the godfather of that shit. And your audience will come just like pounce on you. Like, and a lot of them will come to you and say how religious they are. In the meantime, they pounce on you and dox you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was talking earlier. Apparently, a lot of people, I did a poll in the chat. 60% of people think Jeffrey Epstein's still alive. What are your thoughts on this?
I think somebody put in there or called in about how people love a conspiracy theory because their life's boring and they watch too much news. Is he still alive? Yes, we've been lied to a lot. So I get why people believe
I could see why they would.
I see. Yeah. I mean, we went through the coof and, that was pushed to us. We're 25 masks. You won't get sick. But if I had to pick one, you said, pick one, we'll tell you the answer. I'm picking he's dead, right? That's what I'm picking. I'm not picking he's alive. And quite frankly, I don't care about it. And I do care about the children, but I don't care about it because if nothing's been done at this point, we knew all along. I mean, the government knew. I mean, even John McCain's wife was like, yeah, we always knew that. So yeah, I have a bit bigger fish to fry than I do Epstein. And we're going to lose in 2026. And I'm in Virginia. So I'm in a fucking communist state. That's the rest of the country's going to be like that. They're going to control the House, the Senate, the whole thing.
Do you think this whole Epstein thing has been used against? I think it's kind of like it's been used against conservatives and Republicans. I think it's been used against.
100%, because it was talked about a year ago. No one said shit about it. It was not even an issue. No one said Biden released Epstein files. Biden released Epstein files, or you're a pedo. I mean, no one talked about it.
Right.
No one talked. I mean, so all of a sudden Biden's in there. Because remember, what Epstein killed himself in 19, right?
2019.
Okay, so we got that whole period of Biden, 4 years, where no one said shit collectively. And now it's like, release him, Trump, or you're a pedo.
Oh, here we go. Randall, Ben, I would not be bad-mouthing Sean Ryan. I think that's a bad mistake, bud. I'm not saying anything that's not confirmed online. The Megyn Kelly interviewee admitted to being a drug cartel.
The thing is, if you can't, let's just say you wanted to badmouth him. Let's just say that was your thing. You just wanted to, not badmouth him, but you had a comment on something he said.
Sure.
Like him platforming Democrats nonstop and shitting on Republicans. That's a fact. The numbers are the numbers.
Yeah.
And that's not bad mouth. Well, it'd be bad mouthing in this context amongst the viewers. Okay, you say it. What's the big deal? What's a big mistake? I mean, that's a problem. If a guy's so fucking holier now, it's a big mistake. There is an issue there.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. It's an odd move. And there's other channels that will, or I wouldn't even say channels. There are people that if you're not all in on the Epstein stuff, if you're not all in, like mortgage the farm, you are, you're
a pedo. I mean,
you're a pedo.
We know a guy that said, if you don't agree with me on what's going on, you're promoting and supporting, and basically you're a pedophile. I'm like, wait a second here. I want to move on from this because we had 4 years under Biden. No one gave a shit. That doesn't mean I don't care now. It's just I have bigger fish to fry. I like the border on energy prices to go down. I don't want to lose 2026. That is the bottom line.
Here's a question for you. What about Patch talking about Crenshaw and his insider trading? You know a little bit about it.
Well, I've seen Dan Crenshaw's numbers. I've actually called me, wanted me to, or hit me up, wanted me to bring him on. I've seen his numbers. He has money, so his big return doesn't account for a lot of trades. Again, he has a total, like, there's a big return you see. That's what they push, but he's traded no money to speak of. And again, it's not insider trading if the government's allowing it. And I'm not simping for Dan Crenshaw, but Ro Khanna had 12,000 trades, and it was a lot of money. So all of them are fucking trading. The question is, well, how much money do they have to trade with? And is it a law that's going to change that they can't trade stocks and bonds while they're in Congress? And the answer is no. You can't ever prove it's insider fucking trading. Because, I mean, anyway, what do I think about Dan Crenshaw? I think there's 1,000 other people I'm more interested in talking about than Dan Crenshaw.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Let's see here. I was trying to grab Super Bowl. Are you watching the Super Bowl? I don't really care. I don't really care.
I don't care. They're going to go in there and the Bad Bunny says learn Spanish to watch my show. Fuck off. No, not interested.
I think this is a perfect example with the whole Bad Bunny thing of not knowing your audience. It would be like NASCAR at the Daytona 500 having Bad Bunny sing the national anthem in Spanish.
Well, they had that quarterback and they wanted to wear an LGBTQ whatever patch, some dumb shit. He said, no, I don't want to wear it. They have to jam shit down your throat, the NFL. Like they have on the end zones, equity for all or some dumb shit. They always have constantly, I'm looking at the league, it's 85% black men. We're multimillionaires. And I don't think they're doing anything except force feeding that shit down your throat. No one's asking for it. Just like in Virginia, no one's asking for these gun laws. They're force feeding us, but we're getting them. Like no one said, I want more gun laws or I want more fucking social justice jammed down my throat on television, but they're going to jam it down your throat until you comply.
Yeah, I think that is a weird move by the NFL. I mean, I'm a big NASCAR guy. I've got friends that drive NASCAR. If NASCAR ever did something like that, I think NASCAR lost a large portion of their audience with the whole Bubba Wallace with the rope thing.
Yeah.
They came close to losing their audience and getting Bud Lighted. And I think the NFL is on its last legs as well. That's what I think. Let's talk a little bit about that video that you sent me the link to, Asmongold.
Oh yeah, jeez.
I did a video about it. Now mine got suppressed. Mine got severely suppressed, but Asmon is untouchable. So, but the whole thing with the beef jerky, it's kind of weird, isn't it? That's got to be.
It is odd. I mean, if somebody said adrenochrome or one of the other things we hear about, it's definitely odd. It's definitely code word for something they don't want to say out loud. What that is, I mean, it could be they're cannibals. I mean, Jesus, why not? People are disgusting. Whole fucking thing is shocking. I mean, Angelina Jolie used to carry a vial of blood around her neck for Billy Bob Thornton. You remember that? She'd carry a vial of blood around her neck. And it was her Billy Bob Thornton's blood.
Really? I didn't know that. Holy crap.
I mean, that was like normal. It's like, oh yeah, it's viable. I mean, just weird shit.
Wow. Holy cow. What do you think is going to happen midterms? I had somebody in the chat say, what are your predictions for the midterms? What do you think?
Dems take the House by like 40 seats.
You think they take that many?
Yeah.
Impeach Trump day one?
Yeah, day one. Impeach Trump. AOC and Jasmine Crockett, head of the committee, you'll hear that nonstop. Just them talking all the time. And I don't think they want to convict him. I just think they want to impeach him. And just like last, Trump won. I mean, they'll just jam everything up and nothing will get done. And that's where we'll end up the last 2 years.
Who gets the blame for that? Who gets the blame if what you're saying is true and Democrats take the House? who carries the blame for that?
Oh, they'll blame Trump. And they'll say something about Epstein. That'll be what the mainstream woke right will say is, oh, it's Trump's fault because he didn't put out the Epstein file sooner. I'm like, that's what they'll talk. I'm like, let's put this in context of a year ago, no one gave a shit. And now we give a shit. And again, like, for example, the Trump entrance in the Epstein files, it's an anonymous call. Like, every time it's an anonymous call. So is that true? Is people like, oh, yeah, it's true. It's all true. Look what he's done. I mean, anonymous calls. Again, this is who knows what's in the Epstein files because Biden had it for 4 years. And if you don't think that was massaged, you have to be crazy.
His name, the word Biden, is not in the Epstein files one time out of 4 million pages. Not one time. Is that a coincidence or?
Of course it is. I mean, Jeffrey Epstein was involved with the people in power. So Biden's name would have come up in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that's
especially with Hunter.
Too convenient. It's too convenient.
I don't think the island was just for small children. I think the island was for whatever your fetish was that you didn't want people knowing about, illegal or not illegal. So I think some of the people who went there maybe weren't into small children, but were into 3 black men railing them, snorting Colombian snow off their Johnson. Who knows?
The same people that are screaming about the Epstein files, why don't they ever mention Anthony Weiner's laptop?
Well, because they're sheep, like somebody's in the comments. They're just going along. What about the children? Yada, yada, yada. A lot of this, what about the children people? They've already gotten settlements and taken money, and they can't talk about it, right? So if there's a whole shit ton of settlements that came out of this. And so these women now, who maybe were children then, took settlements versus going to the authorities. So I don't make that decision. They did. They could have went to the authorities, or they said they could have taken a couple $1 million. Hey, that's their choice, not mine. But a lot of these things aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, it's like Marjorie Taylor Greene saying that she was going to read all the names in Congress. Where?
Yeah, she was going to do that.
She said that because now she can't do it because she's not a member of Congress. That's what I think.
She was just virtue signaling, saw her time on The View coming up, or CNN anchor or something like that.
Yeah, I think she'll get an opportunity to be a guest host on The View. That's
that would make the most sense.
What do you think is going to happen with the Clintons testifying? Do you think anything occurs with that? I do know for a fact that if Bill pleads the fifth, which he never will because he's got lawyers that'll tell him what to say. What do you think is going to happen with the Clinton interview?
I think with Hillary, it'll be a ton of sound bites. She'll snipe at Trump a ton, the whole time, basically. And Bill will be, he'll, like you say, he'll be diplomatic enough where define the word is, like you did with Monica Lewinsky. I don't think anything's going to come of it. I think it'll actually hurt Trump. I think giving Hillary a platform to rail Trump for 2 hours is what we're talking about. I think the people questioning him are dipshits.
Question for you. How do we defeat the Democrats in the midterms? What do we got? 9 months? We got 9 months till the midterms. How do we do that?
Well, I think you got to convince people that that are burned out on this, that voting in 2026 matters. Otherwise, you will get New York City or Virginia. I mean, they will make laws that you never asked for, but you're going to get them.
Did you see what's happened? Go ahead.
Or you're not going to get what you wanted from President Trump because Congress will be jammed up. It'll go nowhere. It's already a problem now to get shit through. They got to make all sorts of compromises because we got all these fucking rhinos that every time you got to compromise with.
It is crazy what's happening in Virginia. And it happened so quickly. Like they moved so quickly that they're about to start confiscating magazines, gun magazines that are, exceeds the capacity of what they want.
Yeah, good luck with that. I mean, that should be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that on the news.
That's going to get a little Western is if they try to take some magazines. That's just, I don't know.
the
ahead.
law is unconstitutional. Like, I don't know about that one per se, but several of them are unconstitutional in their face. They've already been decided, but they'll do it. And there'll be a year or so where they can, bust people and harass people. And then they'll settle back down for something less offensive, but it'll still be, more than they had a year ago.
Did you see the thing where they're basically making it illegal? You can't actually even sell a gun in Virginia. Did you see this?
No, I didn't see that one.
Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up here real quick. This is actually what they are trying.
Oh, I saw this guy. Yeah, you basically, if you transfer in any way, shape, or form, it's a felony or a misdemeanor of some type. Yeah, you should play that for your audience. Yeah.
This is crazy.
Mr. Speaker, I yield.
Delegate will yield. Mr. Speaker, I would ask the delegate if a Virginian lawfully owns one of the grandfathered firearms that was grandfathered in before July 1 and wants to sell it, how would they go about doing that?
Delegate for Fairfax, Delegate Helm. Mr. Speaker, I think the bill speaks clearly on that matter. This is a bill about keeping our communities safe. And as I said, I hope that given Virginians' overwhelming support, we can move this forward in a bipartisan manner. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, follow up.
The delegate from Patrick, Delegate Williams.
I was
With
wondering,
the delegate yield. I'll yield for another question.
I was wondering what exactly the law does say about when somebody can sell a grandfathered firearm.
Delegate from Fairfax, Delegate Helm. Mr. Speaker, the bill is clear on the transfer, sale, import, export of firearms and all of it, and I do encourage the delegate to read the full bill text. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, speaking to the bill.
Delegate has the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I did read the bill, and we got a problem because, Mr. Speaker, even though the patron did not answer how you could actually sell or transfer one of these grandfathered weapons, the bill does say how you can do it. It says that you can sell it to a firearms dealer or you can sell it to an out-of-state individual. Did you know that it is a federal felony for someone from the Commonwealth to sell a firearm to someone who doesn't live in the Commonwealth? Did you know that?
How crazy is this? They're making it so you can't actually. I mean, Virginia is the new California, I guess. I don't know. It might be worse.
The gun laws are stricter that they're proposing. Well, they're written when to be signed. They're stricter than they're the strictest. Hell, you might as well go to communist China.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't get my head around it. And the other thing that really bothers me, Charlie Kirk, no matter what you believe, how he died, I don't care what you believe. Charlie Kirk gets killed. Turnout was so low that Virginia Virginia had a great candidate. They had a Marine, female, black. How did they not elect her?
Well, she was, you've heard her speak, I'm sure.
I did.
Pretty damn boring, man.
Yeah, no fire.
The only reason she even got to the spot she was in is because of those features you mentioned. She couldn't sell me a used car if mine was broke down and it was $1. She just wasn't interesting. And they stuck her up there because she was a black female veteran. But that wasn't enough because the CIA lady, who's absolutely insane, won. I mean, Youngkin won before, and that was a push because he was somewhat, call it a moderate person compared to the other guy who wanted to kill babies when they're born. Northrop.
Northrop.
Yeah, I don't know. She was a shitty candidate from the go. Why they put her in, that was just like giving up on the state, basically. But that's what I saw.
It was almost just like they just were like, we're done. And that's kind of what it seemed like to me as well. JT, you got anything else to say, man?
No, I would just say when people talk, you've had several callers say, get away from the distraction. Again, I'm concerned about anything that was happening with regards to children. I mean, Biden lost 250,000 of them. I'm concerned about that. But the things we can control, the bigger fish to fry, is not that issue that's happened and every party has been connected to. So, in other words, spending time focused on Jeffrey Epstein is like watching Murder, She Wrote. It's a waste of your damn time. I'm not saying ignore it. I'm not saying it's unimportant. But again, if we lose 2026 because of that, I mean, it's going to change things radically. Then you really have something to complain about.
I don't know if they can carry on the Epstein stuff for the next 9 months. They might have brought it out too early because I think the American people get jaded real quickly. I think they might have trotted this out a little too early.
I don't see normal people giving a shit about it, going around, and they'll be like, oh, that's not, whatever. Happened a long time ago. They just don't feel like it matters enough, or they don't have any say in that. They may care about of course they care about children, but I mean, A, a lot of these children are adults now. B, most of them, a bunch of them, there's been a number out there, have gotten settlements. I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. They chose to take a settlement instead of pursuing criminal charges. They chose money. So what are you going to do? I mean, at some point, there's a lot of that. And those names being said, those people aren't going to say anything. Again, it's not denigrating them, but that's somewhat the facts of the issue here.
Yeah. I mean, if this carries on much longer, people can only blame themselves. I think a lot of people, I love a good conspiracy theory just as much as anybody else. I'm always ready with my iPhone to take a picture of Bigfoot, yet I've never been able to see him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Candace Owens has done $1 billion worth of free work for the DNC. 100%. I mean, that's what she's done. So
Candace Owens, Ian Carroll, Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes.
Candace Owens creates Ian Carroll. Tucker Carlson, I don't know what his point is anymore. I mean, he sits there and gets with the fine skin or whatever the hell his name is, Florida guy running for Congress or governor.
Oh, yeah.
Against Byron Donaldson. I'm like, okay.
Fishback.
Fishback. He's lost the plot and he's getting paid to lose the plot. I don't believe this is organic.
There are too many mechanisms that are happening at the exact same time to think that any of it is a coincidence.
Right.
That's kind of what I think.
100%.
Yeah, too many things happening at the same time for it to be a coincidence. Somebody said F Donalds in the chat. Why would anybody go against Byron Donalds?
So if you don't like Donalds, you could have Fishskin or Fishstein or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And his only position is he came out as a Jewish person against Israel, which was easy to hop on because the whole party likes that. Everything else, he's a communist. I mean, anyway. So you got two options. You got Donalds or you got Fishkin. And look at his policy.
Yeah.
I don't understand how anybody could say they prefer that. You may not like Donalds, but the Fishkin, I mean, he's a disaster.
Yeah. JT, I'm going to let you go, man. I'm going to read through these super chats here real quick, and I got two other things. You take care, brother. Be good. There we go. JT from Jameson's Travels. Go check his channel out. Somebody asked me a question. If anybody's got any questions for me, I am basically an open book. I am an open book whenever when it comes to my opinion on things. I'm okay with answering tough questions you might even not want an answer to. I will give you, I don't know if it's the right answer, but it's my answer. Let's go here. And I'm going to read off some of these super chats while we do that. Let's grab some supers here. Somebody asked me, so what's your opinion on, wait, where was that at? There was a comment there. I can't remember. Somebody said, what's your opinion on the island? Here's my opinion on the island. Horrible situation. Started way back under the Clintons, maybe under the Bushes, maybe even before that. Lots of horrible things happened to young kids. Where are the parents of those kids right now? Where are the people that it happened to? Because there's a lot of people that things happened to on that island that are now adults. Why are they not coming out and saying anything? Is it because they took money? Is it because they got paid off? If those things are true, I hate to say it, but they might be part of the problem. But a lot of bad things happen there, right? But at some point, some of the victims have to come out and say something. I don't know why they haven't, except for Virginia Gouffre, I think is how you say her name. I don't remember. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong and somebody will get angry at me. But I believe that's part of what needs to happen. Lines are open. We're going to get through some of these super chats. What Virginia back? Cherry trees, George Washington, statue Columbus. Yeah, put the statues back up, right? Let's go. Line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Hey, I'm here from Nebraska. This is MAGA Country Dad. So this is something I want to explain so people kind of get history and something you can actually go research right now, pull it up. There was a thing called LifeLog in 2004. Ended in February. It tracked everything you did, banks, photos, etc. It ended because of a lawsuit because of privacy. And right after that is when Facebook was created, where everybody willingly puts all their information out on Facebook. And it's all controlled algorithmically. So everything that people, like I've been trying to explain to people, everything you see online, that's not organic either. That's all algorithmic to make you divisive. I'm like, get on the phone. I've been telling, talk to people in person. Don't go offline because it's all just a matrix. Okay. Everything's being fed to us like it is a matrix.
Well, thank you for calling. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a propaganda war. Absolutely. Let's go here. Ben ain't bad. He's just Navy. I just am who I am. I don't really care who I'm not, I guess. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense or not. I'm not everything to everyone. There you go. Stormy Red, $5 for the guitars. Thank you very much. Yeah, I donate a lot of the money from my super chats to helping veterans with service dogs and buying some guitars for vets. There you go. That's kind of what I'm doing with all that. But lines are open, 615-475-7864. Let me get up here to the top. We got new members chiming in. If you want to become a member on the channel, please do. It's 10 cents a day. It's $3 a month. It helps the channel stay alive. Feel free. Really helps the channel a lot. And it helps the causes that I'm trying to support. Okay. Larry, Bruce Wayne, all a distraction. Absolutely. Everything's a distraction, right? Everything's a distraction. News trying to raise their ratings. $10 from Trump had legal authority to invoke the Insurrection Act. Okay, good. I don't know how Mamdani got elected. He's not even legal. Well, he's legal enough for New York City. There you go. That's the answer for there. Kamala's not gotten any smarter. Did you expect that she would? Did you expect that she would? Jill, thank you for giving away a membership. Really appreciate that. She tried to slip the photocopy in as if it's an option. Nope. Nice try. Scamala. I like that name. Turning Point's going to air their halftime show. Go watch it. Good luck. Ben, you need to have Anthony Hudson on from Michigan. I saw where he's the governor's candidate for Michigan. I doubt that he would want to come on for a channel for, I don't know. If you want to make that connection, go for it. I don't know anything about the guy. I don't know anything about him. Let's go right here. Line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Yeah, this is Dave in Virginia.
Dave, what you got, Dave?
Well, I was just wondering if JT, if his section down in Virginia has had any luck on trying to annex to West Virginia. Because I'll tell you, we're hurting up here above Harrisonburg, Virginia. But
I don't think
the machines went down, and it was horrible.
The government will never allow that to happen. Never.
And it's awful.
Because that is just like, when's the last time that your taxes were lowered? Never happened.
Yeah. Well, that's never been.
Why would the state of Virginia allow taxpayers to leave?
Yes. Well, I sure am going to. I hate to, but I'm going to. I'm going to leave Virginia.
You gotta immigrate. You've got to immigrate. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much, Dave in Virginia. Dave in Virginia says he's getting the hell out of Virginia. Rats smell horrible. They do. They stink like crap. Guys, gals, girls, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you for that. Rats smell horrible. You're absolutely right. They do. Let me grab. Real cops don't eat donuts. Oh, I don't know where that came from. Ben, thank you for your service to our country. I'd do it again. Randall, thank you. I would do it again. I was just a dummy on a submarine. That was it. Dummy on a submarine. That's all I did. Nothing special. Nothing special. But I appreciate you. I'll tell you this. My time in the Navy has not defined who I am. It may have changed some of my opinions and the way I look at things, but it has not defined who I am. Guys, take care. See you on the road.